okay. I didn't realize the music was still playing. Sorry, we're live and I'm acting like we're not.
Hello.
Welcome to Misfits and Miscreants, and we're on session 7 of Vecna, Eve of Ruin. There are a few things that we are obviously Sans one player, but she's here in spirit, but we're also very jealous, some of us, that she is on a vacation in Ireland, and I think that's the coolest thing ever. But the other thing is, coming up, that actually this Tuesday starts the Summer of Siege, which is something we're taking part in. It is being put on by Troll Lord Games. There are various streamers that are participating in this, and none of them are streaming right now, so don't go look for them. But the Summer of Siege is all about, let's see, I can't say that name. I apologize ahead of time, but
Phoenix? Say Phoenix? Is that
no. It's another streamer, but we've got the Greycast. There is Phoenix Walkie Twitch. There is Tabletop Junkie, which is
oh, that makes sense why Phoenix Walkie just followed on the.
Very good. I'm so glad you're here. There's all kinds of streamers that are participating in Summer Siege, which we will be playing Castles and Crusades ourselves coming up at the end of this month, and then in July we will be playing Amazing Adventures. Both of those systems are the Siege system with Troll Lord Games, and it's a really cool system. It is basically Castles and Crusades is 1E D&D, only a lot less complicated, which is really good because 1E D&D makes my head bleed, the entire thing. THACO is, wow. I enjoy 1E, don't get me wrong. I've played under several different DMs, Ernie Guy X Jr. and a few others that I've played 1E with, and it's been so much fun. Man, it can get confusing. But Castles and Crusades takes care of that. It's very loose rules. It's very, very much a lot of fun. And a lot of these people are playing, a lot of these streamers are playing Castles and Crusades right now as well. But the Summer Siege, like I said, if you haven't heard of Troll Lord Games, trolllordgames.com, check them out. It's an awesome company with two awesome games. Siege system is really great. But yeah, that is what we're taking part in, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So actually this Tuesday, with that being said, is going to be the very first Castles and Crusades Ilarion the 12-fold. That is through Tabletop Junkie. It's going to be that's going to be a really good session.
Which I just permitted the term junkie since apparently your Automod flagged this. No.
Oh wow! Yeah, never mind. But yeah, so please check out all of those. I will be posting a Summer of Siege calendar to our Instagram, and then we'll try our best to share it here. There's some things I need to talk to our technical advisor about adding filters, yes, and things like that. But yes. Excuse me. But yeah, it's going to be so much fun. With that though, we are in session 7 of Eve of Ruin, Vecna, Eve of Ruin.
If we go back one thing you put Phoenix put in there. It's going to be our first ever CNC.
Castles and Crusades.
Oh, that's okay. CNC. Okay,
CNC, Castles and Crusades. Our very first session of CNC.
Gotcha.
That we will be streaming. We've played CNC before here. At the store on Saturday, and I've ran it at cons. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, but we are getting started, and the last time we were at the table, you all had just come out of the Shadowfell, out of the city of Evernight, out of the Everdeath graveyard. You awoke in a tomb. Elden Keyword said, do what you want. I'm going to go check in, and I suggest you all check in as well. With that, you all exited the tomb, and that is where we left off. So, I'm going to say this as you all walk away from the tomb. I imagine each of you look back at one another, and if you look back at the tomb, you realize that you're in the pauper's graveyard, which is not where you all went in to begin with, but this is where you ended up. The name on the tomb is you can't read it because of advanced age, but there is a carved phrase above the door that says, "Home again to rest forever." Now it is barely legible, but you can read it. "Home again to rest forever" above the doorway.
Above the what?
The doorway of the
That's
tomb.
part of them.
With that, what would you all like to do? Talk amongst yourselves.
Prestidigitation to get all the
They'll get all the muck off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I go around and start,
Press the digitizing other people.
Yes.
Wouldn't you be able to digitize me as well, just because I am still a drag queen, half undead?
Let me take your hair back.
Oh, okay.
My disguise kit.
And the 8-inch stilettos that you
Yeah.
gave me last session.
Oh, you didn't even wear them, no?
Oh, no, I wore them.
Oh, okay.
I
You're
wore
9 feet.
them. That's why I was freaking tall.
Okay.
Well, taller. I was almost 8 foot. with
You
them.
know what? That should have given you advantage when you were running through the blade.
Advantage or disadvantage?
Right.
No advantage. You see, it's higher than you're not.
Phoenix's first ever
stepping on
CNC.
the-
That's awesome.
How
Sorry.
accustomed to running an 8-inch heels is Robin?
Not at all.
So,
Yeah.
Yes.
Robin, being the 7-foot tabaxi you are pushing with the hair and everything
10.
else, the heels. You were pushing 8 foot.
Yep.
You were an.
The Bride
Yeah.
of Frankenstein.
You were the Bride of Frankenstein.
The hobbies.
At
Happy
this point,
Pride Month.
with your gauntlets of ogre strength, you could uppies just about anybody, including Zen and Quest, because you all are both over 6 foot.
Well, you can keep it since it's Pride Month, maybe for a little bit.
Maybe when we're not. I don't want to get the weave messed up with the crypt dirt. Here you go.
Okay,
And the heels.
All right, put it back in my disguise kit.
your clothing can disrupt the weave.
Yes. It is that powerful.
Profound. I want to cast Identify on the magic of this costume you have. If it can tamper with the weave.
So anyway, Elden looks back and says, "What are you all doing? What's going on?"
Sorry, that was like me trying. I wanted to respond, but I'm just trying so hard to just cackle into the microphone.
And I'm trying to do my disguise self too.
So Eldon is heading back towards. Well, he's heading out of the graveyard first of all. With
By himself.
oh, he's not waiting for you all. He's going to go check in and
Oh
get
no,
cleaned up.
we need to
and-
catch up with him. We're going all with Dagolt, right?
We also don't have that one last person that we're supposed to find before we
Well, he said he was gonna
Report first. Report first. And that,
come in and answer.
and then we might need. He thinks that we would need help
Okay, I think fair.
going back if we want to go back. So report first is what he recommended.
Okay. Plus, there's 2 of them stuck in a little rock.
Yeah, we need
There's that
to.
horrifying rock.
We need to go back to Daggy.
Now, the pauper side, there's very few tombs, very few buildings. It's all mostly stone and wooden markers. But there are discernible paths out of here. And there is a small door and a gate, or a small gate that leads out and back into Neverwinter. And that's the path he's taking.
Mhm.
Did you all say that you are following him?
We are. I will call out to him like, "Let's go together."
Okay.
I do,
So,
want to say that that experience.
oh yes, yeah, I
Make sure I say that before
probably should
leave the
have.
graveyard.
Yeah.
And I went back to my disguise as a regular elf.
Okay.
Oh.
Perfect.
Ren is technically, I guess, yeah, I'm back to being a Garfield knockoff.
You
Because I'm wearing Neverwinter in a port city, I don't want to look like myself.
correct. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you said Ren.
Well, yeah, but Ren.
Ren did it.
Yeah, Ren did it last time.
Oh.
Ren did it for Robin last time.
Yeah. So yes, thank you. Not
So-
Ren, but
We grab a
Ren.
bucket of orange paint.
Just so
You're running.
for DM knowledge, so he doesn't get confused, who is your role playing for Ren?
I get
Okay.
to have conversations with myself.
Ren and Beck.
Yep.
Oh Lord,
It's gonna
you
happen.
do that enough.
Yep.
I was thinking that. I was like,
Oh, I'll say it.
But now there's gonna be proof of it.
No, nobody needed proof. Sorry. All right.
Now it's legit. You can actually do that.
What are you talking about? I don't know. What are you talking about? Well,
Okay.
they said it first.
I cast silence.
I just cast silence on all of you. So obviously, by the way, he is.
Fire.
sorry. Continue.
Obviously, by the way, he's heading back towards to report into to Lord Neverember.
Going back to Daggy.
I wouldn't call him that to his face though. Trust me. But yeah, that's the way he's going. So with that, you all are definitely following in suit.
Yes.
Okay, cool. It is a short walk through the streets. You all are actually now, thanks to Quetz, presentable. The effects of battle and being drugged through the muck and the mire of, sewers and crypts and underground tunnels and everything is magically taken care of. So thank you for that. You don't draw many looks other than an adventuring group would draw walking through the streets. It is, it is early, from what you all can tell, because you all walked in at what time? Does anybody remember?
No.
A little bit before noon. I believe it was, yeah. And then, because my notes are at home.
It didn't really move.
But you all, from what you can tell, it is early morning here.
Okay.
People look like they're preparing for the day. There's not really many. Let me check on where you are.
He asked if there were any newspapers, because I barely heard that, so I don't think the mic picked it up.
Oh. It's on.
Nope.
No, it's
There
on,
are-
but you said very quiet, so I couldn't even.
The equivalent of newspapers, the Neverwinter,
Never
Gazette, Gazetteer, or whatever you want to call it.
Never Gazette.
There are people on the street, mostly young kids selling them. Just a couple of copper a piece, yeah. Okay.
Mainly to check the date. So we haven't been gone a week or more.
You've been gone 3 days.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh no, I left the oven
It
on.
went in deep.
You left the oven on. It's back in Phandalin. Your whole manor is gone.
Right?
I am all out
It's
of
made of
good
stones,
berries.
so we're good.
What?
I said I am all out of good berries.
You're all out of
and
good berries.
I want to smell for bacon.
For bacon?
What?
3. That's not even. I'm not even gonna add my perception. I'll take a 3.
You take.
What is a bacon?
What is your perception though? Plus what?
Oh, smell for
it's,
bacon. Okay.
It's passive is 19.
Oh, passive is 19.
Yeah.
Your passive, like you don't even have to roll for it if your passive is 19. You smell various foods cooking, bacon, bread. There is food being prepared this morning in multiple places. Some coming from homes. There are several different establishments around that do sell it as well, as including street vendors.
Is
Is
there
there a
anything as we're on our path, a street vendor that I could toss something to and
Sure.
grab a skewer?
It's going to be a silver for. It's going to be like a little paper bowl kind of just whatever you want. I mean, he's got like sausages, bacon. There is fresh bread that is out, things like that.
It was breakfast time?
Yeah, it is morning.
I'll grab 6 bowls.
Okay.
Pass them out.
going to be
I want some fried rice.
6 bowls. It's going to be 6 silver. There's actually in the bowl for a silver you get several pieces of, and I'm not talking like just the bacon that we're used to, like the thick bacon, like country style bacon, boiled egg, and a little wedge of cheese, and some bread. So it's pretty hearty. I mean, it's good. It's really good.
Disgusted because I can't handle bacon, but hey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the regular meat, I mean, character meat,
Part in
yeah.
our Eldritch horror.
Well,
days of
you're a
training.
cat, so you should like meat. I want some fried rice. Can I have some fried rice, please? Thank you.
You get a hard-boiled egg, you get bacon, you get a wedge of cheese, and some bread.
That's it? No fried rice?
You didn't buy it.
I want to buy a fried rice
There
too.
is no fried rice. Lord have mercy. But
Can I roll for that?
no.
I may hand the bowls out as I'm walking and eating my.
So breakfast being bought, being had, and it's something that you can eat on the go. Eldon doesn't stop. He's going back. It's not like he's. It's not like it's pertinent that he checks in. He just wants to check in and see what's going on.
I will pass along this. He's currently been gone.
Yep.
3 days has passed. It's been a little. There was a little bit of a. Seems like there's a time shift somewhere.
Anything in the paper about referencing the graveyard?
That is a very good question. Yes, there is. It seems that there is news that there was evidence found of a cult in the graveyard.
Or what?
A
Cult.
cult.
I thought you
Lord
said
have
car, and I went,
A cult found in the graveyard.
Landship.
There is.
We have
They
more
were
evidence.
found. Hold on, guys. They found the tunnels underneath. The cult has cleared out. There is no evidence of them being there, but they did, however, find and rescue someone that was wandering around down there.
Oh, good.
Yes, they did find. They found the actress, the actor, however you would like to.
They said a case of amnesia.
Huh? Adrena is who they found. So there is a bigger headline of finding her than there was of the cult, basically because she is part of high society. Andrina Lamonsettle was found and rescued bravely by the Neverwinter Guard. But you all know that if the cult was cleared out, it was probably because of you all. But after a short bit of walking, you all make it through the blocks, across the bridge, and you find your way back to the castle almost that you can see from anywhere in Neverwinter, the tower. And that is where Lord Neverember resides. You were ushered in, immediately recognized by the guard. Yes.
Just to clarify,
Mhm.
the paper doesn't specify what the cult was, just that a
Just said a cult. Nefarious cult with obvious evil intention, but it doesn't say anything about who they were, what they were doing, other than they were evil. So, with that, you do get, I guess you could call it stage whispers from different guards saying, "Oh my God, I thought they were dead." Well, there they are. Where are the other two? I see Eldon. I see the one, and then you hear all these things that are being whispered, but you are ushered directly to Lord Neverember in his chamber. And there he is standing. He immediately is like, Eldon is the first one to open the doors, and his eyes land directly. He says, "Thank the gods, Eldon, you're safe." And he's like, "No, thanks to the brave adventures that are behind me, I am safe. It was harrowing. It's a whole story," he says. He goes, "We'll fill you in later. Apparently, I was told There are two more, and he looks to you, Quetz.
Oh, yes, of course. I pull out about a golf ball sized stone. It's mostly smooth with some like heading on it. I just kind of like toss it up in the air, and it kind of turns itself inside out. And Geo and Crystal kind of like expands out, and there's a little pop, and then crystal dust shatters, and two people are standing there with a goblet of good berries and wine.
Yep. And
whatever they were doing, I do not know.
They were conversing.
Okay.
They were just talking. Wonder if they were ever going to get out of here. Like, oh, thank God. Yeah. So.
It only felt like a couple hours.
It did. I mean, but a couple hours to these folks are like.
What if it felt like 3 days to them?
They were. It's essentially a pocket dimension, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't feel like that long. Felt like as long as you all were there.
Anyway.
You could.
It's whatever wine that was in there when you set it up.
I mean, it was good wine, but
Not good berry wine, but yeah, Umberto has like a cheek full of good berries and he's chewing, and he's got the surprise look on his face. He's like, fascinating. And then he sees Lord Neverember. He's like, oh, we're back home. Oh. And then, he's got like good berries spilling out of his mouth. And Sarkel is relieved as well. And she does kind of look at her hand and snap. And you all do see Mage Hand appear, her Mage Hand, which is a kind of a purplish pink elegant hand that pops up, and then she disappears. She goes like, okay, we're okay now. We're okay. Are we okay? And she turns around and looks at you all and says, we're good now?
not look
Wonderful.
good to you?
Well, hey, you look a lot better than what I was used to in that cell.
Like a bit undead. Absolutely, that's one step up.
Lord Neverember says, well, you did your part. For the most part. It was, my men did find, she is well and at home now. At some point, when you all get settled in and rested, Raquel would like to speak with you. And don't worry, it's nothing, she's not angry or anything like that. Because you did do your part in fighting this cult. What was it about?
Raquel or Adrena?
Or Adrena, I apologize. I've got all the names listed down.
Who all is in this room aside from us and the
Sarkel, Umberto, Eldon, Lord Neverember, and 2 guards.
Is the door still open?
Yes.
May want to close the door.
He points, Lord Neverember looks at your face and he says, he points to the guards and he's like, yes or no?
Keep that up.
And he does that and they immediately walk out and shut the doors behind.
Oh. Yeah. Well, based on according to the information we have, it was the cult of Vecna that was responsible.
As he says that, I'll use prestidigitation to make the little item that is the symbol that we saw.
As soon as the word Vecna leaves your mouth, every single one of you smell this acidic, sour smell.
Oh, the same one we
It's
smelled?
not overwhelming, but it is not pleasant. What?
The same one we smelled?
I did not mean to say it. I was like, what?
What?
What'd you say?
Oh, the same thing we smelled when we were getting transported.
This acidic, sour smell. It's not overwhelming, but it's definitely unpleasant. As soon as that word leaves your mouth.
Also, just to try to break character, but I guess it didn't fix it fully, the overlay for the for the D20, but it landed on a nat 1, and it's right between the and for Misfits and Miscreants, so it's Misfits, 1 Miscreants. And I'll fix it later. I just
That's
thought that's
okay.
perfect. I mean, it's out of the way.
That is par for the course.
But anyway, please, sorry to...
No, that's okay.
I'll fix it later, in break.
But with that, Lord Neverember looks at you and says, Vecna. Once again, you all, that smell permeate, like, is just in your nose. It's just like you can't get rid of it. You like, you know, you can do the farmer's blow, whatever, and it's just there, and then it goes away. Sorry, that was gross. I know. He looks and he says, not familiar, but rest assured I'll make myself familiar.
I would be careful with your investigation.
Well, I have some of the best scholars, and he points to Eldon and Umberto and says, I have some of the best scholars to help me with that. And they both kind of dip their head, and he said, we'll be careful. But with that, we've rescued 3. Technically, I'll give you credit for the 4th because she was found wandering around in the crypts, in the underground tunnels. Apparently, they unlocked her door and just ran. I don't know what they were planning on, but so we thank you very much. The city of Neverwinter thanks you, and your homes are being prepared, as we said. Depending on where you would like your homes, we have enough for all of you. You have your own home. So, with that, he's going to look at each of you and says, what district would you like your home? When I say preparing, we're preparing multiple homes, and you get to choose what district you're in. And does anybody remember those districts?
Where's the pie district?
I say that, but I've got them.
I wasn't here for that session.
That's right. So
April.
it was a while back, wasn't it?
April 13th.
It does. You were like one of the most meticulous note takers.
I deal in legal stuff. Yes.
What is it?
I deal in healthcare and legal stuff. So
yeah.
like every single.
I have in my game. I have you 3, which are meticulous. Harris, you, Angela, and David, the note takers. Everybody's I haven't seen anybody else's notes, but I know you all take good notes. But this is, I'm not used to this.
Sending a lot.
You don't have all.
I do take that.
Blue Lake this.
Mm-hmm.
And Lake District. How does it do something because it catch it and then Lake District?
Blue Lake District.
Lake District.
Well, there's 5 sectors. There's the River District, the Chasm, which you really don't need to go. Nobody really chooses that because that's the, for lack of a better term, tent city. For sometimes, it is the one that fell in the slums. The Protectors Enclave. So you have. I apologize. We'll just do it like this. You have left quarter, left back down, right down. Right down is not something you all would want to go. And then there's Riverside and the docks. So you can have the bougie district.
I would prefer, if you don't mind, build something that's in the slums. Because if I'm going to be helping people, I don't want to be helping the wealthy.
They don't have to build. They've got multiple empty houses.
I mean, if you have an empty house in the slums, then I would prefer to be there.
And Lord Neverember looks at you and says, I admire that. The choice is yours. We'll have a home prepared for you. It's going to be one of the better homes that they can find there. It's going to be like a 2-story, almost like a, the slim buildings that you can see in England. I forget the actual term.
Houses?
Yeah, row houses. It's going to be one of those.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
Anyway, so.
The Protectors Enclave is, I would say middle upper class kind of feeling, but that's also where that's where the Protectors Enclave is. That's near. Let's see. It's in the southwestern sector, so it's bottom left. It suffered the least damage from the eruption and the earthquakes of the that were caused by the eruption of the volcano and the earthquakes caused by that. It is the closest to, I would say, well, yeah, it is the closest to the Hall of Justice that was previously a Temple of Tyr. I know where you're going with that. That's what it's called. And has the best, richest markets in Neverwinter.
How close is that to the chasm?
Right next door. It's the next sector over.
I would like to be there.
Okay. Choice is yours. There's plenty of homes there. Well, that's 2 down and 4 to go.
You said there was a bougie area?
Yeah, that's definitely Ren.
Where is that?
Yeah, that's the Blue Lake district.
And tell me a little more about the area. Good markets and shopping?
Absolutely. You'll find the best markets in the the Protector's Enclave area, but there are
I'll
still
be
good.
visiting Bexley all the time.
Okay.
Don't worry. I will take the Blue Lake District. Thank you.
Oh no, I wonder what Chris is going to have to say about that.
Perfect. Perfection.
Oh,
Done.
Now she doesn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Zen, Lord Neverember looks to you.
Okay, but which district does my... I'm
River.
from Neverwinter.
River.
River?
hmm
And we're getting top-tier housing?
Yeah,
Then yeah,
this is in lieu of any kind of payment. This is your payment.
I'll stay River District.
Okay.
Put my family up in that house.
Okay.
Not like I'm ever actually going to live there, so...
Yeah, I mean,
Family,
you haven't
did
really.
you say that as a winning character, or?
I mean, everyone knows that I'm from Neverwinter.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, all right.
We
I have
haven't
not
really.
admitted that at any point.
We haven't had a chance to expand on that
Yeah.
yet. Till now.
Does the Emerald Enclave happen to have any embassies here?
Not so much.
Then I would like for my house, preferably near the docks.
Absolutely.
I'd like to use that as an open invitation for the Emerald Enclave.
We do welcome them.
Okay.
It shouldn't be a problem. He's not really putting up a fight about that.
Yeah.
You know, he does have his own force. You know, but the Emerald Enclave is well respected through.
So which district is the closest to the cemetery?
That would be either the Chasm or the Protector's Enclave.
I think I'll go to the Protector's Enclave because
Protector's
they
Enclave
got
would be the closest. You
that's
could
a
get to.
good market too, right? You said no.
I don't want to know what market you want, but
You know,
I
for
know. I
everything.
do know, but yeah. Okay, so we have River, 2 Protector, 1 Chasm,
Protector.
1 Dock, and Little Miss Bougie. We're in.
Yep.
So that takes care of everyone. Nope. If you're looking at the map, Zen is top right.
What's the name of it?
That would be the River District, basically what it's called.
Where's rent?
The Lake District.
Oh.
There's River District, Chasm, Protector's Enclave, Lake District, and Docks.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have
Roughly.
a view of the Moonstone Mask?
You do, actually.
Nice.
You can see it in the distance. The ones that have the best view of it are going to be, Vel and Bexley. You chose the Protector's Enclave as well. They're going to have the best view because it's right off there. That island that the
What?
Moonstone Mask is on is right off that.
The moon. What?
I had
The
the best.
Moonstone Mask is that top tier where everybody wears masks, the inn. You have a good view of that.
I have the best view of the cemetery, right?
You have a great view of the cemetery. He's not asking any questions. He'll give you any house you want.
Perfect.
So, and this is now above table. This is DM talking to players. You have some homework. You get to design your own house, how it looks and everything. So tell me what you want, and Lord Neverember will pay for it within reason. You don't get like a full-on armory or anything like that. Calm down, Miss Construction. I get it.
I know our actual contractor here.
I know,
like,
right?
Actual real one.
I'll tell you what I want.
What you really
Thank
want.
you.
Lord have mercy.
I want a shrub, I want a shrub, I want a shrub, I want a
Yeah.
shrub. I want to cast a wing on every single shrub.
Wow.
So-
Goodness.
Just the river markets are in that area.
There are markets all over Neverwinter, except for the chasm has a bit of a market area, but not great.
Has anyone started to build into
We have our legal market.
They haven't yet. It just happened not too long ago. They are rebuilding.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of, we'll get to it.
Okay.
That's where they had to fight off like creatures that came out of the cabin.
That would be a fun field trip.
I mean, you have
Oh, they've already done that. That's just where it's basically turned into the slums.
you'd be able to hang out at my house since it's right there, apparently. So there we go.
All right. So DM to players. Figure out what your house looks like. On the inside, I'll tell you what the outside looks like. But the inside, you know, your kitchen, your study, your bedrooms, you each will get probably 4 spare bedrooms. You can turn into whatever whatever you so choose. But yeah, and you don't have to do that now. You can do that at home, and then we'll do it later. We'll make sure you are able to access it.
3D rendered like blueprint of.
And I will look at the little sketch on notebook paper first before my mind can focus on that.
I want to make mine look like one of those cartoon maps at like a theme park.
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
I'm just gonna put bullet points of what's in the house.
so as they're being prepared, you are still housed right now in the tavern or inn and tavern of your choice, which was the Beach Leviathan, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Upon them returning home, the nobles that you have rescued, including the one you kind of passed by, but had a hand in rescuing, are very thankful. And they have given you all, in total, 9,000 gold.
I'm about to say our bookkeeper here.
So, everybody, go ahead and reset your characters. Take a long rest. Your work in the Neverdead Graveyard is over.
I do need to stop at the market to see if I can get resupply though of medicinal components.
Absolutely. Which market would you like?
Whichever one's gonna be closest, and I know I wrote in your mechanic on how many there would be.
Yes. The Beach Leviathan is in the docks, so probably the closest, the best place to find stuff is going to be the Protector's Enclave, that district, because that's going to have the best market.
Okay.
So, y'all have some downtime. We already know what Robin is doing.
I rolled all 8s, so
Wow.
yeah. So if there's a 32 medicinal components, I'm gonna be.
Alrighty.
Everyone would get 1,500 gold if we just do a right split of the 9,000. If you are going to put any of your 1,500 party funds, I'll add it.
Add it in.
I'm just saying, if anyone wants to put any of it.
Okay.
As of right now, the party fund is sitting at close to 30,000 gold.
I think we're good then. Third gold.
And it will continue to accrue each month, so it's not essential that we do it. If it does, just let me know. Unless you want to do it right now, let me know after. I'll add it.
Let's see, just real quick, making sure that it's 1 gold per medicinal component.
Correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You need more needles?
So,
I'm good, but thank you.
I'm going to go around the table. real quick. We're going to start with Zen. You have some downtime.
Hmm.
What do you think you would do on your downtime?
How long?
How long do you need? You all honestly, we're going to start with a week and see where you all are. There's really no time frame for this. What's going to happen is going to happen. So actually, let me do this. We're going to give you a time frame of 4 weeks.
4 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
I will first and foremost component shop. Spell component.
Okay. So, as far as component shopping, the best place to find them is going to be the market in the Protectors Enclave district, their district. Anything in particular you're looking for?
A gilded skull worth 300 gold.
Okay. So there are some places that that look really good. Goodness gracious, everything is going crazy right now. The one that looks the most you do have Priscilla's Perfumes and Potables, which is not only a perfume, they do sell perfumes and smelly stuff, we'll put it that way, but it is also a potion shop. So if you need anything that way, but the place that you're probably going to be looking for is Arcane Acquisitions. You're familiar with this store the most. Very easy to locate in the Protectors Enclave. And normally, every time you've seen it, when because you lived here, it's usually emanating a bright purple, green, or blue glow from one of the many forges and braziers that are in there. The neighbors don't like it too much, but that's what it is. I mean, that's because it's Arcane Acquisitions. They sell magic and magic-related things. You know that the shop is run by the eccentric half-elf wizard named Filnar. Filnar, we'll just call him that. But yeah, that would be the place that you need to go.
There.
You want to go there?
Yeah.
Okay. The shop, once again, is easy to locate in the Protectors Enclave district. Right now, through the windows, you can see that there is a green glow coming from inside. Once you open the door, it's kind of a nondescript building, but because of the glow, it's easy to locate. There's no bell on the door. There's just a simple sign that says Arcane Acquisitions. But when you go in, there is a eccentric-looking, like literally eccentric-looking Filnar standing there. He's wearing a robe and he has goggles on. And when you come in, he raises his goggles and looks at you. There's also his assistant. It's a goblin standing in the corner working on some papers. His name is Giggs. Giggs the Goblin. He is wearing leather apron, shuffling some papers, but he also has blacksmithing tools on. He takes care of the more mundane things in the shop. And he looks at you and says, looks like he has a perpetual frown on, and it's not really he's not in a bad mood or anything, he's just always working on something. And he looks at you and says, how can I help you?
Looking to purchase. I'm looking to purchase components for myself.
obviously, what are you looking for? He says.
Well,
You looking for gems? You looking for what are you looking for?
a skull.
A skull. A humanoid skull? What? I mean, do you
Yeah.
want? That's
From what I understand, it doesn't particularly matter origin. Gilded, certain degree.
gilded. That's okay. And he just kind of looks and he sighs a little bit. I was worried that you were asking for just a skull.
No.
Okay, because there are many ways you can go about getting one of those. Most of them, 99 out of 100, are.
Illegal.
Pardon?
Illegal.
Well, yes, we'll say that. I was going to say
Unsavory.
unsavory, yes. That's the exact word I was looking for. That's the exact word the DM was looking for. He said, well, gilded, how would you like it gilded?
Preferably not something gaudy. I didn't think about that. Thanks, Ronnie.
Hey, listen,
what are my-
I find it funny that the GM has asked a question that the player can't answer because they weren't ready for it.
I mean, it just says a gilded skull worth 300 gold.
Okay.
Wasn't exactly thinking on, what it needs to look like. Also, I'm thinking on what a gilded skull would look like. Gold with gems in it.
You could say it's like Kitsugi. Like the skull's been repaired with gold.
There you go. That. What he said.
Say that again?
Kitsugi? The Japanese art of repairing
Oh, yeah.
things using,
And then
the
using gold, yeah. He looks at you, 300 gold pieces worth.
Yeah.
I'll have to construct it.
Okay. That's fair.
You need it to be magical in any aspect other than
The skull itself, no, it just needs to be a focus.
just a focus. Oh, okay. None of my business. And he looks over and looks at Gig. And Gig's head snaps to attention and looks at him. He just nods his head yes and walks off to the back room. He says, give us a week. I require half up front.
Easily done.
Okay. Take 150 off.
Okay.
And do you require, so the 300 he says it takes care of the gold in the skull. We'll talk about how much work has to be put into it,
Of course.
when it comes to it. It shouldn't be much, but the 300 is a security deposit for the, which is easy to acquire, but give us a week and we can place together a skull for you and make it gilded. Is there anything else you were looking for? And the entire time he is no nonsense, kind of frowning, but not unfriendly, but just eager to get back to work.
Also have, I don't know how well this. I think I require anything.
Okay.
That was the only spell I actually looked at components I needed to buy.
Okay. Anything else you're looking for in particular, or anything you want to do?
This shop is strictly component.
No, it sells a number of things.
Okay.
Each forge, I mean, okay, let me give you the layout of the shop. That was
Yeah.
my fault. As you walk in, he is currently over a brazier. Okay, there are tables full of different items. They look like knickknacks at first. There are necklaces and statues and things like that, but you know that these are magical items. He does have various forges that you can see in a back room, and various braziers that he has closer to the front that he works with. There is a green flame in one of them that he was obviously working with some. So there are multiple items you see behind the counter. There is a counter, like a cash wrap in the back. There are wands and staffs, things like that, that are in boxes and hanging on the wall. There are component pouches. There are spell books. There are scrolls and inks and quills and things. Anything magical you need, you could probably find it here. It is a very, very, very nice shop.
I will look at daggers.
No weapons.
No weapon.
No weapons. If you, he looks at you and said, "Well, if you want daggers, there is another shop in town, just right around the corner. That would be, well, you'll have to put up with them, brother and sister. Branner's Dependable Defenses is one side, and Branwen's Sharp Edge is the other, where you can find multiple different weapons."
And what about scrolls? Spell scrolls.
What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
I'm not looking for something.
Something catches your eye. Okay. There are multiple different spell scrolls, but if you were to name a spell, he would probably have it.
Okay.
Or be able to create it. He can go anywhere from cantrips to level 9.
You want to come back to me on that?
Yeah, sure. Robin, sorry. You're thinking about it?
Yeah.
Okay. What is Robin doing with their downtime?
Robin is getting the house set up and everything. I actually have the design and everything already done with that. But I think one thing I definitely want trying to right now is going for the bougie area to try to find the. Gonna be expensive, but my own bag of holding.
Bag of holding.
Potentially. And depending on the cost, priority is if I can find a broom of flying.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to find that, but I imagine the bag of holding should be something if the broom cannot be found.
Gotcha. Okay. So, you are, if you ask around, I tell you what, do me a favor, roll just a straight charisma roll.
Okay. Alright. Go with this heavy die.
Okay.
Let's see. Nat 20.
Natural 20. All right. Plus anything?
1.
Plus 1, 21. Okay. You are immediately greeted and well liked by multiple people, and anybody you ask is going to point you to the best magic shop in the area, and that is going to be the same place Zen went to. So that is going to be Arcane Acquisitions, because if basically from several people in Neverwinter, if he doesn't have it, you don't need it. And
But fair.
ready to spend some gold if you're looking for anything.
Yep, I am. I imagine that it's not going to be cheap.
He also has, and Zen, you would know this too, just from your past there. He has the ability to enchant things, but that's going to cost some gold and time. What are you want to make your way there to Arcane Acquisitions?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't know that. Wait on me for that one. Yeah, I will be heading on over there and.
Okay, obviously at different times.
Yeah.
I'm sure. You're greeted with the exact same building. This time there is a purple glow coming from the window. You open the door to this nondescript shop. Inside you see tables full of things. The goblin is now hammering away in the back at something. Working on something. It seems to be taking gold and hammering it down, and he holds pieces of a skull as you're looking at it, like trying to fit them together. You can see him through there's an open curtain, and there is goggles down, bent over this brazier with a purple glow in it. Head snaps up. You're greeted with a serious serious-looking half-elf in robes, those goggles. He pulls them up and says, "Welcome in. How can I help you?"
I am preferably looking for a broom of flying, if you can create or have it.
Well, hold on. And he goes back, and you hear him rummaging back through some stuff in.
Just imagine a cat, you hear like a rare, like in glass.
He's very used to everyone. He doesn't blink twice at a 7-foot tabaxi.
Oh no, I meant like it's like he's here like rummaging, like you just
You see a cat fly through the air.
Yeah, it's like a glass shatters.
He actually does have one.
Oh.
And he pulls it up. And it's not anything fancy. It is a broom. You know, it's just a broom. There's no writing. There's no golden trim or anything that makes it look. It's not the, what is it in Harry Potter? It's not the Nimbus 2000 or anything like that.
Does it match the wig? That...
I know I'm not wearing the weave anymore.
No, you're not, but it could be for later, you know? Never
Sure.
know.
He looks at you and he kind of blows the dust off of it. Let's see. He looks at it over, and says, "We're going to go with. It is an uncommon item. 350 gold pieces." He doesn't say uncommon item. That was Ronnie. He says, "This one I can let go for 350 gold."
I think that's fair. Do you have a bag of holding that would also be able
Bag
to
of
store
holding. He has many.
How much for one bag of holding that can hold that?
Hold the broom.
Hold the broom?
Hold the broom and much more.
Oh yes, absolutely. But I want something that's going to be a quick and easy access.
Understood.
I already am weighed down because if he looks at me, I have a long sword, I have the sending stone earrings, I've got 2 daggers, a heavy crossbow, a hand crossbow, my healing kits.
He looks at it, looks at you, and says, "You're prepared to purchase both today."
Yes.
I can let it go as a pair for 650 gold.
Done.
Oh, okay. He's a little taken back by it. He's like, "Oh, you're more wealthy than I thought." I meant 1,650 gold. No, he let it go for 650 gold.
Oh, I added 650. Let me take that off.
Oh, you're selling things
Yeah,
now.
right. We fix that. There we go. All right, fixed.
And he says, "Is there anything else you would need?"
The only thing I can think of is I provide the healing for those who need it. Primarily, I'm in the slums. So if you have anybody that
He stops and he looks at you and goes, "You go see Priscilla."
well, I was just going to say more of a refer. I exist. Need to send anybody my way for the thing.
You might want to talk to Priscilla as well.
Understood?
Priscilla's perfumes and potables.
I would swing
Triple P.
triple P's. Thank you very much for both the items and for the advice. I'll go see Priscilla.
Now she's in the Blue Lake district,
Okay.
back in the bougie district.
Oh, we're apparently going through the slums at the moment with what we're hearing in the background.
Well, that is entirely too loud. We have a new Eldritch Horror.
All I saw was
Purple lights.
yeah, neon purple lights, like someone bedazzled their car in LEDs.
We have a new Eldritch Horror, and it's called "Spent Too Much Money on Your Sound System."
Yes.
Would you like to go to Priscilla's?
Yes, I think this one would be pretty quick since it would just be a
Yeah.
I exist.
You walk in. It is a lovely looking shop. Huh? What is
I'd
it?
probably tag along with him too.
With this one? Okay. It is very likely that you all hang out through these weeks, so if you want to tag along, that's fine as long as the other person's fine with it.
That actually would work because I would want to get things that I would need to, clean linens, saws, clamps, forceps, things like that that I'm going to need just to generally stock and be able
Like
to
antiseptic and things like
Correct.
that. So
ways to. Well, I guess if it's given the time period boil, I was like an autoclave that
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
Yeah. So Bexley is in tow as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you want to get lunch after this? Like a balloon?
I'd love to.
Great. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Yeah, your leash.
She
Yeah,
had a
don't
balloon
mention
still?
not wearing it.
No.
Not even the ball gag, no.
So, going from your house in the chasm
Yes.
to your house in the Protector's Enclave, a little bit more of a walk back up to the Blue Lake District, where Priscilla's is.
Yeah, but if we
So-
have the room, we can fly.
You can fly actually already, so
I
yeah,
know,
that
but
works.
If we have the room, we can fly.
I'm
can
going to
fly
say you're within the city. It's probably frowned upon just to fly around.
No.
Oh.
Alright, so you're gonna hover as I walk.
Well, after lunch, I can take you off for some flying lessons if you'd like.
I honestly, I probably could use some, yes.
I know a good place.
You're not there.
Oh.
You're off studying dead bodies in the graveyard.
You know it.
So on your walk, see various people out, but you come to a very lovely shop, and on the outside it is decorated with flowers. There is a flower box, attached to the window. There are plants near the door, and you walk in, and it smells fantastic in here. And there's a little chime above the door. It's not as harsh as a bell or anything like that. It's just like almost like a wind chime that when you open it, you just hear the chimes softly give that little tinkle in the background. I said tinkle. That's the right word. Yeah.
Gotcha. Comprende.
There is a young human woman standing there, and she turns around with the broadest smile. She is redheaded, slender, very beautiful. And she looks and says, "Oh my goodness, welcome into Priscilla's. How can I help you today?" And in this shop, there are flowers everywhere. And in fact, so much so that you all could have mistaken this for a florist had you not stopped and looked at the sign that on the way in and said Priscilla's Potables.
I'm
Perfumes.
rolling
and Potables.
insight. I don't
Sure.
trust someone that happy.
What is it?
I don't
yeah.
trust people that happy.
Yeah.
I didn't roll well on that. That is a 13.
She doesn't give off any ill vibe or anything. She just seems like she's happy and helpful. And she looks and goes, "Now, how can I help you all today?"
Just out of curiosity, I apologize. Dex, of course, shut me down if this is something that you don't think I should be saying, but I would prefer not to have your customer service smile. I prefer to deal with the real you.
This
And
is the real me.
Dex, I'm going to let you speak.
Okay, I apologize,
Oh,
but
no, don't apologize. I just, I find that I'm not that charismatic.
Oh, okay. Well, how can I help the both of you through you?
Well, we were suggested to come here.
Yes, that's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
I meant to tell you, there are bottles everywhere of different color liquids. And some of them have the poof on the back. You can tell those are perfumes and different, aromatics. She does sell incense as well. But go ahead.
We're here.
Yes.
And yeah.
And we're quitter because it is
Surprise! You're here, obviously.
And we would we'd like to work in the chasm and
Oh,
work with people and help the sick and the
I think that's wonderful because, and she kind of looks around and goes, "That's exactly what I do."
and that's
Okay, so
why
we'll
we
back up
were
with you. Go ahead.
that's exactly why we were told to come here. We want to help, as I said, and we're new to the area, so and we don't want to overstep. So
no.
how can we? What can we do?
Well, obviously, you can tell by Neverwinter, there are some here that are better off than others.
We don't want to
So-
charge. We want to.
I don't either. When I go to the chasm, I don't charge either. If anyone needs help that can't afford it, they don't need to pay here.
We
That's
agree.
honestly how I run my business. But those who can afford it, they do pay.
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely, yes, agreed.
Well, I say we can work something out that we can all three go through the chasm district and help people if that's something you want to do. But if you want to do your own thing, we can also work out a schedule where I can help one day and you can help the other, or anything like that. That way we don't, step, on top of each other. I think it's wonderful you want to help, so I'll help you help in any way I can.
I think that sounds great. I know I personally would like to maybe go with you for the first few times just to get a sense of where my where I can help the most. I have a feeling we all can help in different ways.
Well, I deliver different potions and poultices to those that are in need, that need them.
And what?
Poultices, medicine.
Thank you.
Poultici?
I don't even know how to spell that, so I'm just.
P-O-U-L-T-I-C.
Oh yeah, I was wrong. Theo, what?
You could say salve.
Yeah, there you go.
Salve, yeah, it's just medicine. It's a salve.
Ointment?
Ointment. That's a fun word.
One thing I'd like to add on to with Bex, and I agree, making sure that there is a rotation to help us whenever possible. I do want to learn about the area, but any supplies in terms of also where to go to get some supplies, bandages, all those other items.
Oh, you can find those in any general store here.
Okay.
I honestly would suggest going to one that's, well, another little local one. It's a wonderful little shop, but not hard to deal with, but does in fact, she says no. I think you would find this person rather intriguing yourself. Swift-Heart Sundries. Now, Swift-Heart Sundries, it's in the Chasm District, actually. A very modest building, but it's owned by, well, none other than Swift-Heart, and she is a tabaxi, not unlike yourself. I apologize. You know my name, but what is your name?
Oh, yes. You may call me Robin. I am Curious Robin, but everyone calls me by my surname.
Wonderful. And you?
My name is Bexley.
Wonderful. I've never... And may I ask, you're a fairy, correct?
Yes.
Wonderful. I think I've ever met a fairy. Wonderful. So, and she says, "Hi, are you both medical purveyors of medicine?"
Go ahead.
I absolutely am. I am actually for the party, one of the healers. There are other party members that actually can heal, but I do not use magic. I use the medicine that I make.
That's wonderful, because I do the same thing. I obviously, she looks around. I smell perfume. I sell perfume. You smell it as well. I sell perfumes and things like that for those who can afford it. And then I also make different potions and healing medicine and distribute those as I distribute those without cost in the Chasm District to those who genuinely need it. Because then those who need it that can't afford it, they come here and buy it. So I'm afraid I'm probably not as talented as you, being a purveyor of medicine yourself, a healer. And you're the same, or?
No, I honestly don't know how I can help. I know I need to.
Well, that's wonderful. I think that is a wonderful thing. Not many people are willing to help nowadays.
Stella, if this may be beneficial, continue beneficial between all of us, I could also make additional medicines and show you how that they were to be applied.
I think that's great.
Sorry, I did not. I was like, what?
There are so many noises happening tonight. It's crazy.
Oh, I'm loving this.
There is a nearby private airport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
We never really hear them though.
yeah,
At least I don't think so.
that's a very low-flying plane. So anyway,
Yes. Whatever. Be able to also for me that would help me to purchase additional materials when I need them.
sure.
Do you want me to? I'll do that off.
Yeah, go ahead. So real quick, while you're doing that, oh no, is there anything else you all would like to purchase while you're here, or talk about? Hey, Terrace, red or blue?
Blue.
Blue. Odd.
You want me to
Anybody
put us on
that
the
doesn't know what
DOB?
we're talking about is like, what?
It took me a second, and I was like, oh wait, no.
Do you, just to hand wave it, do you want me to, let's see, I rolled 20 medicines that I'd be able to make out of the local materials that I'd be able to guide her for selling. And then, which I'll take 20 gold each.
Okay.
And then, costs for just hand waving for the materials that I would need for the bandages and blah blah blah. All that stuff.
Okay, wonderful.
How much do you want me to pull out for that?
How much do you want? I mean, like, how much do you think you would,
Well, so it's like
for how many people?
So basically, how I have it envisioned, what we can do is how about we revisit this, because I have an idea of already laying out what the
100?
100. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take that out right now.
I forget how wealthy you all are.
I mean, even after buying that, let's see, I still have 5,250 gold on me. So
I keep forgetting that you all set up your own business back in Fandolin.
yeah, doing
And
exactly
it's
the same
generating,
thing.
yeah, and it's generating income
Yeah.
as well, which is fantastic. Yay! No. All right. So, with that being said, we three will work out the logistics of you all going to the Chasm District.
Okay.
How often you can, and if you all are on another adventure, who's going to take over those duties for you. That way, you just don't have an open, like 1 week you're here and 1 week next time you're gone for a month, or however long your adventure takes. So we will work off that over, off out of the session. Okay. Is that it for Robin? Is there anything else that Robin wanted to do? Okay.
I already got lunch. Yeah. Oh yeah, our lunch date.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
If y'all want to go for that, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah,
There are plenty of places around here to grab a bite to eat.
let's stick to the rich area here. Maybe we can see about
Oh,
how the
yes.
other half pretends to live their lives. We will watch.
So there are several places that you can go to. Now you know that the Beach Leviathan sells really good food. There is also the Moonstone Mask, which is not in the district you're in right now, but that is going to be the top tier, But it's also an inn. But near you all, you do have. There's a couple places, the Driftwood Tavern, but the Fallen Tower is probably going to be the showiest place you could go. Like, as in, like, you're more than likely going to see something there that's, kind of like the best bards, things like that, other than the Moonstone Mask and the Beach Leviathan. But by now, after spending some time in Neverwinter, you want to get out of the Beach Leviathan and see something else. So, go ahead.
Is there a little, not necessarily a tavern, but a nice, like, do they have cafes? Like, something?
Most of your eateries are going to be like taverns, things like that.
But somewhere with, like, outdoor seating?
You can get a table outdoors. You want to go to France? Is that what you want?
No.
Go eat at a little French cafe outdoors with the umbrella. Yeah, you can get an outdoor table.
Where?
hand wave, have a nice lunch, and then I figure I'll you right there, Bex.
Are we getting one?
Well, I mean, I just did hand wave it.
Oh.
Make sure that others can be.
Okay.
Because I figured it's your turn, and then your actual turn, I guess.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted to like. Okay.
It's fine if Bex gets her turn now first,
I don't think.
since you're already spent some of your time.
Or was trying to be fair, make sure I was like,
No,
don't
no,
hog
you're
the time.
fine.
We're all gonna get our time.
Okay.
So I got my house plans.
I knew you were doing that as soon as I saw you over there with your little pencil going. I knew
Sketching
exactly
it
what you were
already.
doing.
Oh, I'm even trying to do it to scale. Like it's a
I
thing.
know.
We'll do that later.
I know.
have
Don't
a lot to
worry. I
do.
know.
I actually am already done, so. Yay! With AI art too, so.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, with the
I didn't
art.
think
Oh
of
yeah.
that. I'm just literally.
This is your actual field, so.
I'm probably gonna do the same thing with mine.
You're going to find more of a place like that in the market area, really, to be honest with you, back in the Protectors Comp. You know, like any market area you go to. You're going to find if you don't want to go to like a tavern or something like that, you're going to find little places like that in the market area, which is easy enough to do. They do have benches and tables set up in and around some places. There are, for the lack of a better term, food truck-esque places that you can go to, grab something to eat and sit down and just converse and talk. So if you want to do that, you can get a small, not a small, but a plate of food that's manageable to hold and sit and eat for about 2 silver there.
Okay. Sure. Let's answer your.
Well, that's what I'm out.
Yeah. Sure, why not? This is supposed to be an RP heavy session, so. Just people watching as we order the most.
You
pompous
you
food.
don't draw any kind of. I mean, Neverwinter is not as much as a melting pot as, say, Baldur's Gate or Waterdeep, but it is. There are many people here. In fact, you've already met a half-elf wizard and you know of a Tabaxi shopkeep.
Oh, I meant more as like we're people watching, and because we're supposed. Because you said we're in the blue lake district.
The bougie
Yeah,
district.
the bougie district. So this is probably looking at the pompous individuals. I had to
Oh,
struggle
there
forward.
are very well-dressed individuals everywhere. You'll run into a few that are pompous and kind of full of themselves, but for the most part, people are friendly still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
there's
we're not being like scornful.
Oh no.
But-
watching.
Yeah, just people
Just
watching.
people watching.
Yeah, you make. What was it?
So-
You sit there, you make stories up about them.
That
and-
road
best
is so
food
last
that you're going
like,
to-
season. Oh my gosh.
The best food parts you're going to find are going to be in the district down where you live, and one district over from where you are going to live, I should say. And yeah, so did you all want to talk or anything about what you're doing, or?
So this one is it's very good. I feel like they certainly brand it that way. But afterwards, did you want to go for that flying lesson? Since I do have my room of flying that I've never used before.
I can definitely give you some flying tricks and tips. Starts out a little shaky, but I think you'll get a hang of it real quick.
I imagine so. But I'm not gonna be like laying across. I'm not gonna be planking.
What's the acceleration if he launches that out of his giant crossbow?
What's that?
Oh.
If someone's riding in the room and
Now
they
he really
launch
is
it out of
launching
the
a
crossbow,
stick.
Oh.
it just becomes an
He
ICBM.
would be strong enough to hold, I would say, at least Bexley up on the broom.
He's got those gloves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Oh goodness.
Sorry, choking saliva.
Oh.
I would maybe choke on my saliva. The face. What I don't know what she's just thinking of, but that face.
Giving them random cards.
Oh, right on. From the,
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna text you, like, oh, we should totally use that.
That's what I'm doing right now. We're actually going to go with. We're going to go with this one, a blue one, and a yellow one. So you get this one. This one goes to Robin. Those are just suggestions. You don't have to use them. To fire up some role play.
Okay. Like to ask or to ask ourselves?
Ask you. Ask the other person. Nope. I already did.
If
That's
we
what
turn it down any
surprises
more,
me.
then it actually just up on the thing.
It's way less than half right now.
Well, I appreciate you inviting me to lunch. And letting me
Oh,
tag
who's
along.
paying? Somebody owes the
Oh.
somebody owes somebody 4 silver
I'll-
for
I'll
their
pay.
food.
Oh, okay.
I got it.
I appreciate you inviting me to lunch, even though I had to pay.
I was about to pay in an electrum. Sorry.
Oh, that doesn't exist.
It's like right in the middle. Okay.
Electrum is punishable by death.
Like, oh my gosh, what happened to that food? Was there glass in that food?
Yes, there was. Not in yours.
Okay.
Only those who use Electrum.
I'm gonna set up a jewelry stall, and all I do is make earrings out of Electrum. No one's using it for currency.
That's fair.
Electrum's terrible!
How much is the set of earrings? 20 gold.
Good question, Ron.
So 176 this Electrum then.
The Wet has a bag of holding.
Mhm.
I've got one that are money magical.
Mm-hmm.
Robin just bought one.
Mm-hmm.
How much space in the one I have that our money appears in? If I want to stuff like
With a bag of holding, 64 cubic feet. So how much gold do you have in it right now?
almost 30,000.
You're
We're not
running
gonna
out.
vote back at the mansion?
You're running out of space.
Okay.
64 cubic feet with 30,000 gold.
Oh, is that since we left?
I mean, I don't know how much is actively carrying.
All of it's deposited in there.
Yeah.
No, but did you not leave any in the vault? Like at the mansion?
You don't have a vault, do you?
Oh, we did.
We were going to make one out of bag of holding that our money magically appeared in.
Okay.
Didn't get the vault.
Get the architect on it and get us the vault.
If you want to put a vault in your house, you can.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea to put the gold.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Ben had no intention of actually living in his house.
I know.
He kept that house and he gave it away.
Yeah.
He did what I did.
The only one I wouldn't suggest putting a vault in their house would be Robin.
Oh yeah, definitely not mine. No.
Also-
if they hear 30,000 goals just chilling in a house, they're going to
No, I
tear
meant
that
the
house.
mansion in Fandolin.
The one that we turned into a bed and breakfast
The
That
Fandelver
Adventures
mansion.
use.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Fair.
You have people working there, but they're going to be like, take it.
But no, there's already a vault in it. It was underneath where the where we found all
I
the.
thought that was a workshop.
No, there was a vault or an armory.
Yeah,
Does
they
it not
turned
have
into
its
a
own
workshop.
vault?
It was just a room they stuck weapons in.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't have a door.
Yeah, but it's
It had a
30,000
wooden
gold.
door
They're
that
gonna-
we broke down.
There's not a vault. There's no vault.
Okay,
That is
Yeah,
it.
there's a key lock to which somebody can just go up and kick the door open.
We had an
Absolutely.
artificer and a bunch of magic. I'm just saying. Okay, proceed with our lives.
If we spend all the money we have to make a vault, then we have nothing to
We have to put it in the vault.
Until next
We have
month.
this amazing magic vault that costs 30,000 gold.
Someone steals the vault.
Yeah. And we'll just take the vault.
Okay, fine. It was just.
No, it's a good, I mean, yeah, absolutely, but there was no vault. In my head, I took it that you would turn the armory into the workshop space.
Yeah.
That's what I thought we talked about. Because y'all don't really have use of an armory, so to speak. You keep your weapons on you, and they're specific weapons to you.
And the few extra weapons we picked up,
Yeah,
kind of chilling.
you can just hang on the wall, decorate.
So if we're putting the vault in any, lives in the boozy
Yeah.
where it would make sense and nobody's gonna question all suddenly.
Christy Wren's getting a vault in her house. That done.
Yep.
looking straight into the camera like I'm looking at her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's fair because that would make sense. Because I was gonna say in my area, I already have like a false ceiling tile.
in slums.
Yeah. No.
But let's think logistically. We're putting gold in Ren's house.
I think you can trust her to that point.
Absolutely. Put all the gold in my house. I promise it will all still be there when you come to visit.
Lord have mercy.
Never come to visit.
He wouldn't steal from you all.
I would buy a scroll of forbiddance along with 1,000 gold full of ruby dust. Give it to Quetz and say, "You can record this in your ritual book."
Yeah, that's actually that was on my list of things to buy.
So we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Cast it for the next 30 days on this vault. Password stays between 5 of us.
And not her. See, Chrissy, this is what happens when you leave.
This month's password.
Y'all do realize that
Bumblebee
I'm
tuna.
probably going to be hearing about this over WhatsApp.
That's fine.
All right. Anyway,
Are you enjoying your
Dragon steak.
Yes.
Because we're in the
Did I-
Regency area.
Oh, wait, did I miss that we're having
mostly
dragon steak?
it would be handheld food that you could put on a small plate and carry around. So it'd probably be along the lines for you.
My dragon swarma? Yes.
Swarm.
Wyvern. Dragons are sentient creatures.
Yes, true. My wyvern shawarma is delicious.
Being something can speak common. That's why I say you can't have a goblin or a kobold as a pet. They're like, I'm not a pet. I'm a person.
Yeah, Jimmy's not a pet. He's a person.
He's a bush.
He speaks primordial.
He's also a lawsuit. A walking lawsuit.
Go ahead. Eugene.
Actually, I do need to go back to Mandolin of Jimmy.
And bring him with.
Oh, I gotta add that onto my.
I
Onto
have a
that
cheap
part.
way to make more.
So while we're walking, do you consider yourself an optimist or a pessimist? I'm reading off the card.
A question.
That's how it looks like.
It's campfire questions for D&D party.
So, yes.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just all icebreakers.
Well, I mean, we don't have a lot of role play heavy where you all just talk to each other, and I thought this was a good. It's an excellent way to break the ice and
Exactly. What I
get
got
things
there.
going, and you can do absolutely. And you, with the questions, you can choose to reveal anything about who you are, your backstory that you haven't revealed already, or whatever you choose. You answer truthfully, and we'll go, or don't, and we'll go from there. So, what was Robin's question?
Do you consider yourself an optimist or a pessimist?
Actually, a really good question for Bexley.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm neither. I'm a realist. We live in reality.
I want to have hope, but with everything that I've seen and been forced to do, I've seen the worst, and I try to be an optimist, but I think it's unfortunately more surface level than the real what I really feel. So skin deep, I'm an optimist, but I think down in my core, I'm a pessimist.
I think that's fair. I think I'm on the same line as you. It's I want to believe in the best, and I'm going to give everyone the benefit of the doubt initially, unless they're noble, because then I just don't really trust them. But anyone else, yeah. But otherwise, give you the benefit of the doubt. Once you do something bad, I was trying to find a better word. Do something bad, then no, we're done.
Yeah. I don't even start with that. I just assume automatically that it's not going to be good until you prove to not be bad. So I guess I'm the opposite of how you see it.
I just remembered something. A very while back, a long while back. Actually, the first time we were coming into, well, when we were all coming together to Neverwinter, you mentioned something about already having knowledge of the
The merchant.
the merchant, the mercantile royalty.
I do. Let me figure out what knowledge I have. Let me think
What?
about it.
I was listening, but I didn't quite catch that question.
I already have knowledge and information on the merchant nobles.
Because when we were first when we were
Ouch.
coming to Neverwinter,
Mhm.
she rolled and she did have some ideas since I made a
From Chult, you mean?
yeah from
Let-
the day of
Mhm.
Nyanzaru.
Let me think about it because I know I have the knowledge or the information, but it's not right there right now.
Okay.
So I'll get back to you.
Do you want me? No, I don't know how much knowledge you'd have. I don't want to try to see what I would.
I know you have a bad history with them.
Yes. Yes, it's one of the reasons why I can't ever really go back. But I haven't seen my family.
Your family's still there?
Oh yes, yes. That's actually why I started learning how to live because I lived in the slums. My whole tribe did.
Huh.
And I was curious and learned how to utilize some of the non-sentient plants to gain help others, my clan, and eventually others as well.
Were you able to?
Yes. There's one of the reasons why I'm no longer around. Was being blamed for something I didn't do because someone was inconvenient.
Don't you love how
Nobility works.
just anybody that thinks that they're better than somebody, doesn't matter if they're right or not, those who try to keep those oppressed and don't see the power that they own and they control within themselves. Was anybody able to? Is all of your family still there?
Yes. They were, can at least say, merciful for that. That I was the only one, quote unquote, blamed. Again, I didn't do, but the people that were able to smuggle me out, what led me to be able to fight, since I really hadn't been fought before. But they did teach me how to survive, which also generally meant fighting dirty, because you live.
Fighting's not clean or easy. Huh. I was the opposite. I didn't learn how to live until after I learned how to fight.
You know, what's funny is I could say largely the same. Yeah, it was always just about what was the best for the clan and the people that were closest family. The slums.
Do you think you'll be able to go back?
To the best of my knowledge, then you know what? This is actually something that you might be able to help. Information broker.
Tell me what I can find for you.
But anything within the merchant's family, I, to the best of my knowledge, still have a kill on sight. Do not ask questions, because again, dead people tell no tales.
I can find out if that is still in effect for you. How long ago did you leave?
Okay, I think it's been 2 years, probably over
2.5.
2.5. So 3 years ago, so give or take a couple months.
Well, give me some time and I'll see how much information I can find out. I have some contacts that I need to follow up with anyway for some other well, things.
Just to make sure you know, it would have been in the port of Nyanzaru.
Bless you?
Nyanzaru.
I got NYANZRU.
Oh, Bex.
Yep.
Check your WhatsApp.
Yep.
And we can say like, okay, well that was a much more intense lunch than I was intending, but
Well, speaking of our past, you know, there are definitely those people that I would love to see fall flat on their face in the mud. Either literally, figuratively. If you could pick one person that you could humiliate or see them be humiliated just out of spite and pleasure, I think I know your answer, but who would it be?
pretty much any noble person I come across, I think honestly. I would love to see a noble person get dirty.
Would you want to be the one responsible? Or just watch?
Watch. It's much easier if you're able to view it because it was some sort of cosmic entity that brought it along. And I am not talking about our starry boy.
Yeah, well, he definitely has lots of entities.
Bushes.
See, I think I would be the one to cause it. Just the satisfaction of knowing that they fell on their faces because of me. And I know I would get great joy seeing Mother be humiliated. But
Did you say mother?
yes,
Your mother?
she was Mother. She's the one that raised me. That's all I know.
Okay. I'll probably finish from up there because I also need to run to the restroom.
I think right there is a good place that we're going to take a break, then we'll get to the other two here in a moment.
Yes.
All right, we'll be right back. We're going to take a break. We're back. I just realized I didn't have my mic on. Oh no. All right, so we had a nice little lunch. We had some talkies there. Vel,
Oh, me.
what are you doing? Anything you want to do while you're in Neverwinter?
Well, conveniently,
You're in the
my location, my own. I want to scavenge some parts at Never Death, or actually, well,
yes.
Okay.
either. And actually, I wanted to find something better for a core for Theo too. So a heart would be nice.
Hey, Tin Man.
And then looking for some claws or hands.
Okay.
Those are what I'm specifically looking. Maybe
So-
some better legs too. I don't know. We'll see.
The gathering of body parts from the graveyard is very frowned upon, and you would know this.
Well, I'm a rogue now, so I'm also part of the reason
I'm
why.
going to ask you to roll you're going to have to procure these things at night.
Yes.
So, that being said, you wait until midnight, well past when people are asleep, and the guards that are on watch now are a little sleepy themselves. But I am going to ask that you roll stealth check to get into Never Death undetected. Now, which side are you going in? Pauper or the rich side?
I'm gonna go to the popper because I'm assuming there's more bodies there.
Okay.
I mean,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
they're less guarded.
I mean, I had to ask for a reason.
They don't even put them in crypts over there. They just leave them on the floor.
How do you do that?
What'd he roll?
A nat 20.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Plus what on stealth?
He just looked right away, and then plus 12, so
20.
32.
So a 32.
32.
Plus 12.
I'm a rogue now.
Yeah, I took one level.
My
of
one
rogue.
level of rogue.
You get skill.
And I put expertise on stealth.
Because you'll need it. You're going to continue doing this.
That's exactly part of the plan.
Now, I need you to roll medicine check.
Oh dear, that's not your
He's-
forte.
he's looking
Before
for
that,
some
though, I do need to roll. Before that, investigation.
investigation. Pretty good one. 19 plus 13.
I forgot about your all stats.
I'm plus 13 investigation.
Yeah. Okay. So
That's
you are able
32.
to locate fresher graves that will provide fresher
Part.
parts. Ingredient? No. Parts. Now roll medicine.
Well, I'm gonna do flash with this one.
Okay.
So plus 5, whatever it is.
Aren't you supposed to yell Eureka as a spell component for that?
Eureka!
11.
I wish. 11.
That bit good.
Roll a d4. You're able to find a left foot and a. I don't have a body part die.
D6.
That's true, yeah. Okay.
2, 6, 5.
Yeah,
4,
that's
3,
kind of what I
2,
was
1.
doing. That's kind of what I was doing. You're able to find a torso.
Okay.
This is fun.
Need the
They're
core,
not in
perfect.
the best condition that you would want. In fact, when you are acquiring these parts, because of your medicine check, you do make a few miscalculations on your cuts. They're not going to look the best. They're going to require extra stitching.
Oh, we're fine. We can have some more stitches. I'm probably gonna recruit Robin for this. That way it's more delicate hands. Or paws.
I weirdly have like full on hands.
Oh, you
so,
do?
yeah,
Okay, never
yeah,
mind.
right there. Got full
Oh,
hands.
you do.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
never mind. I thought
Covered
you.
in fur.
Okay.
And if you press them right in the center, balls come out.
That is true. Oh, that is true. Yeah, I have my natural, a lot less clean scalpel.
Oh, true.
Okay. For the most part, it was a successful
Harvest.
but not the best.
I mean, that is what it is called anyway when you have like a full harvest for what was it, a donor?
Yeah.
This one was just a donor without consent.
So if I was thinking of like maybe visiting Everdeath. How long would that trip last? Would it be within the week?
Yeah, you have 4 weeks.
You know, I want to spend a whole week for this, like looking for parts thing. So
In Everdeath Graveyard? Back in the Shadowfell?
yes,
Do you have a way there?
I mean there's gonna be crevices that are the crevices we found before, not something I
So
can
crevices of dusk aren't always
dusty.
they aren't
They're not stable.
they're not stable.
Oh, okay.
So the one that spits you back out here,
I mean, I'm supposed to be from there, so maybe I have a
Isn't-
better idea on how to get back to the... Maybe a history. Investigation.
give me a second. Let me think about this. You're going to have to seek the Raven Queen's influence.
That's part of my mission. Part anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I'd want to...
You have the Raven Queen's curse,
Yes.
basically, being a Shatterkai.
Mhm.
You once upon death, you will be drawn back to her in the Shadowfell after death.
Mhm.
But that does reinsure you are resurrected and bound to her service.
Yes.
Because you serve her, you would not be compelled by the Raven Queen's curse to actively, because you serve her. If you weren't compelled by her you would probably actively seek to return to the Shadowfell for different reasons.
Mhm.
But because of this, you know you're going to go back there anyway. But that has to be through.
I have to kill myself to get
Yeah.
there.
And then after that, you're not coming back here.
Yeah.
You are bound to the Raven Queen to serve her.
Well, that wasn't the goal. I was just trying to see if I can come back.
I hate to tell you this.
I can't go.
There's no going back right now without finding a crevice of dusk. Also, you risk, for lack of a better term, pissing off the Raven Queen.
Okay.
This would all be common knowledge.
Okay. Well, that's part of like one of my weeks is trying to like try to commune with the Raven Queen, anyways, with the mission that I might have. If I have any current
If it
missions in the area.
serves her,
Yeah.
you'd be more compelled to hear you out. The Raven Queen is not somebody that, because tell me your problems. She is more cold to that than what you would think.
Well, Theo, for me, and in part of the mission, he is also part of how I'm able to do my mission for the Raven Queen.
Okay.
So making him more
So
stable.
this was me saying, convince the DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making him more stable and continue to live allows me to do the mission I have for the Raven Queen. And actually, that's how I ended
You're
up
already
having...
on thin ice with her.
Oh, well, I am kind of going not into like a balance
Right.
because of Theo, but because of Theo, I got a mission from her.
In my head, the Blues Brothers.
On a mission from God.
We're on a
Yeah.
mission from God.
Well, if I could convince her, or maybe there's other options and places I can find parts. Any black market in
I
the
need
area?
you to make. This is going to be a big persuasion check, or persuasion roll for the Raven Queen.
Oof. I'm gonna do a flash of genius on this too. Let's see how it goes. 16
I hear you over there.
plus 5, 21 plus 2, 23.
Oh.
He's blinded you with science.
Me, yes. So unfortunately, you didn't quite convince her.
Wow.
With 23, wow.
Fair.
That she is a god.
Tell her that you also.
Nope. Not quite.
Knowing the Raven Queen, she's not a lesser god, but she is the interloper goddess of death, fate, and winter. Being who she is to you, in reverence, she will say this. If you can find a way back on your own, you will overlook this inconvenience to her.
You will what?
Overlook the
Overlook.
inconveniences. Because
Okay,
going back to the Shadowfell means that you then serve her. You're bound to her.
Yeah,
Your
if I
soul.
died, yeah.
So he is not only, if you return to the Shadowfell and then come back, you've already done that, but it wasn't because of you.
Yeah.
It was somebody else's doing that caused that.
crossed over.
So he was kind enough not to come calling already. Because of who you are and what you're doing for her, if you can find your own way there, you will overlook it one more time. But the whispers that you hear in your ear that are telling you this are cold and are almost emotionless as you cry out, as you reach out to your God, your goddess, and almost as of you're on borrowed time.
Well, trying to appease my goddess.
She understands that. That's why she's allowing you a trip. There will be chances. You know there will be chances to find other crevices, but it's going to be a hunt. So it could happen randomly. You could be walking down a road and be like, "Oh, hey, what the crap? You know, I'm here."
What the crevice?
What the crevice?
Yeah, there you go.
But this is not going to be through any influence of hers to guide you to one.
Gotcha.
If she were to bring you to the Shadowfell, that's it for Vel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understandably. I do have a couple of weeks planned out just for related to these things. So
Please do.
So I am going to, well, in adventuring through the Hopper area, is there any chance that I might detect a potential area that I should investigate?
Now that you've done the investigation check, you know where the fresh graves would be. Where there's more chances to do that.
Oh, for more bodies to
So
harvest?
I'm going to say we're going to limit it to one a week.
One a week.
So roll me one more stealth check. And if you don't get everything on this one that you would want, we'll roll the stealth check.
That's 23.
23, okay. Yeah,
I have a
yeah.
plus 12. So.
Yeah, it's like everything. Yeah. Now roll me. You're able to find the fresh graves. Roll me a medicine check to see if you can successfully amputate these parts.
A flash in. Oh. Higher 24 plus.
Yeah, you did it.
26. Yeah.
Roll a d10.
Okay.
Does it have a 0 on it?
Oh.
Well,
It has a
it's gone
0 on
forever.
it, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and
Is
roll
the
that
0
one.
the 10 then? Or
The 0 is the 10.
Yep.
And then what is it?
The 0 is
0
10.
is the 10.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, yeah, the 0 is the 10.
Oh, there we go, a 10.
A 10? Okay. I did not expect you to roll a whole 10.
Actually, I rolled it twice and it both landed on 0.
They both landed on 0. Okay, so you rolled 20, but we're only going to count one of them.
Yeah.
So it's it.
I was like, what is this?
Out of all the, you find, I'm just going to say this, you find the right body. What does Theo need?
Theo needs, like, a heart.
This is a fresh,
So I'm trying to make a core for Theo.
okay.
And I was thinking of making a spot where I can put the turret.
So you want a heart for that.
Yeah.
As an artificer,
That I
would you
could-
want a natural heart or would you want an artificial heart as the core?
I want it to be like both.
as natural as possible. Well, okay. Have some physical aspect of a heart
Base,
and
a
built
good
around
base,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Being that you find one, a body that is less than a couple of days old, probably about 36 hours. Thankfully, it's past midnight, so there are no mourners at the grave or anything like that. The guards are half asleep. They don't see you slip in. You're able to retrieve a heart. With that medicine roll, you're able to, yeah, absolutely. And we'll say this, if he needs any spare parts, you're able to harvest those from this body as well.
Might as well harvest some other parts while.
Well, that medicine roll took care of that. That
Okay.
was way above what you needed.
Gotcha.
So extra arms, 2 arms, legs,
Right.
Intact. You don't have to cut up the hands or anything like that. You're able to harvest some, but you still want Theo to look like Theo, so you don't want
Yeah.
the head, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
So there's now just a torso with a giant hole in the chest and a head where a body used to be in the Never Death graveyard.
How does this body look like? I'm just thinking of other parts that I could harvest. Like,
What do you want?
well, I'm trying to see. Is it like has big hands? I want something like.
It's the one you wanted.
one
It's
I
the
wanted.
perfect. When I said that's the perfect one, it's the one you wanted.
Right. So it-
You're able to
probably I'm
locate.
taking all the limbs then.
Do what?
Taking all the limbs.
That's what you did. You
Yeah,
took
I
all
took
of them.
all of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You took the 2 legs, the 2 hands, the 2 arms.
All right. Then I'm gonna go get to working now.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So
try
you're
to.
gonna spend the rest of your time working on Theo.
Well, not the rest of the time. I wanted to also go to buy some equipment.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for. I'm thinking of putting equipment on Theo. Can I do that?
That's going to be more of a you thing. Like, what kind of equipment do you want?
I want gauntlet of strength on him or something to make
Well,
sure that.
that's- okay, so we're going to come back to that. That's
can-
what we have to talk about
Yeah.
with Theo, because we are homebrewing somewhere between a homunculus and a Frankenstein's monster
Yeah, thank
for you, because you are essentially our Dr. Frankenstein of the group. So we don't want you crossing over into full-on necromancy because that's a bad place to go.
Yes.
But that's where you and I as player and DM have to homebrew some stuff.
And then
Huh? We don't want to go in that realm either.
no,
No,
not
it's just
that route.
when you
Yeah.
said
no.
crossing between necromancy and homunculus.
Yeah, so you don't want to go full flesh golem.
Yeah.
Because those are nasty and awful and terrible.
And then part of Theo's story, Vel's story, he already supposed to be doing rune magic, but I was thinking of investigating, probably seeing if I can find more
Prophecy?
rune magic.
Oh, like rune magic.
Rune magic, because it would help, like maybe putting some runes on Theo, on improving some parts or equipment. So I wanted to learn more on that.
So that comes with being also a techno wizard, which is kind of what an artificer is.
I don't know if I needed to do some other learnings that
We're
might be
going to
able
do
to
some
help.
Arcana rolls for you for the next 3 weeks.
Okay.
So go ahead and make your first one now. Arcana check.
27.
Okay. You're getting a greater understanding of how runes, magical sigils work. So placing a magic symbol, why is the spell leaving me?
Which one?
Glyph. Thank you. Glyph of warning. Yeah. So it would be more like that. It would be like tracing a glyph on something, and then that's what the glyph of warning is, and things like that. So that's going to come down to a little more of me and you getting together and talking about this,
Yes.
and what you can put on him and what would be like. We'll have
I
to talk
want to
about that one.
do runes as tattoo and runes like.
You
on
actually
equipment.
know of.
Yeah.
No, actually, there is a. In Neverwinter, there is a magical. I meant to mention this to you all. Magical. In most big cities, there are places you can get magic tattoos.
Okay.
Oh.
Works out.
They would be less inclined to tattoo a stitched together Frankenstein's monster.
He's looking fine. He's got good pallor.
I'm sure. What's your name?
he's
Fire. No,
He's
okay.
able to talk.
Okay. But we'll also, that's open to everybody. We'll talk about magic tattoos as well.
Okay.
If you want one. Have you done everything you wanted to do? Yeah. That's well, you did. You went to Priscilla's. I didn't know if that was. I didn't know what else you wanted to do. Huh? Okay, I was just asking a question. So, with that, we're going to talk about. We're going to leave
Detail.
Theo on the
Yes.
on our board.
Okay.
Okay. So, and that will fall within your 4 weeks of downtime. Okay. So, well, that time period. We don't know how long your downtime is actually going to be.
And I do need shopping time for him too, I'm pretty sure.
What are you looking for?
I'm thinking of something that I can put on him to make it to have a better AC. Maybe some
That'll come
yeah,
with the
that will-
you
yeah,
and I
it'll
talking
be
about it.
related to
I'm
him.
talking about for Vel.
for Bill. I mean, I probably could use an additional bag of holding.
You all are going to buy every bag of holding in
Because
Neverwinter.
I do want some for body parts. I want something that can store
Well,
and preserve.
lucky you.
Yeah.
Quetz has a whole bag of heads.
Yep.
Those are my heads.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. You can't have.
I thought
sorry.
you're not allowed to have
Heads.
heads. I've struggled over that word.
I'm fine with heads.
Something
You know,
else.
I want other body
That's
parts.
between you and Quetz.
Yeah.
You're going to have to talk to Quetz about relinquishing his heads.
No, it legitimately. I was like, hey, yeah,
You can have
heads.
all but 5 very particular
You're the one who
heads.
cut them all off, though. But most of them.
How many heads do you have? 5?
No,
No.
I have 5 of a certain kind of head,
You do.
and then a couple of humanoids.
Yeah,
other
you do.
humanoids.
Yeah, you do. I forgot. Yeah.
You never know when
want
you need to
that
walk
one.
into a throne
I mean,
room
that's
and
gonna
make a
be that
statement
big.
by dropping a head on the floor.
That's Steve. I don't know who that is, but it's
Okay.
kind of terrifying. I see you two down there whispering. All right. Anything else for Vel for right now? Immediately. Oh, bag of
I feel like
holding.
I'm
You want to buy a
forgetting-
bag of holding?
Bag of holding. So I want to buy one.
How much was your bag of holding?
Mine,
It's
well, it was a
350.
total of 650 for the broom and the bag of hold.
So he's bag of holding at the same magic shop,
Mhm.
350.
350.
Mm-hmm. Don't act like you don't got it. I know you do.
Oh yeah, we have money. And then
And without really gauging who you are or what you can do, I used to have a phone.
oh, can I find some maybe wing boots in there?
He'll look, see if he has any.
I know, but I could use an infusion spot. I don't have.
Everybody wants to fly, man.
I want to keep my flying ability, and I don't want to drop it. So if I can buy wing boots.
Silinar will look at you and say, I recognize that you have it on you, right? Your bag of holding
Yes.
at all times. He sees a bag of holding on you already,
Mhm.
and he says, I highly, frowning the entire time, recommend that you do not put these. Don't put things in a bag of holding and then put the bag of holding in a bag of holding.
Oh yeah.
Bad things will happen.
Oh, I have not thought about that, but
Bad
Good to
things will
know.
happen. You will end up in a different realm,
oh,
amongst other things happening.
do we know what realm this?
No, it's completely random.
Okay.
If you're lucky, it's another realm. You could
If you're
just be
lucky, it's
thrown
another
It's
into
the realm that I
astral
wanted
sea.
to go to.
You could be wandering
Yeah.
around in the astral sea, which is just outer space.
Which,
going,
let me tell you,
Never mind.
is
I thought it
fun.
was a clue for me, so
Sure,
I was
if you
like,
wanna
oh
wait.
no. Also,
Realize babies.
and he'll look at you and say, be careful not to abuse the bag of holding.
I'm not the
There
bag of holding
are-
abuser here.
I'm not sure about this, but there are rumors, there are wives' tales of an entity
Oh no.
that if you're too greedy, he will make his way out of the bag of holding to speak with you, so to say.
I don't have any. Do I have any clues? Any history
Roll
check?
a history check.
Oh, history. 17. Guess it's not.
Yep, you got a clue, and it's terrifying. He's referencing the Bagman.
The what?
The bag
Bagman.
Oh, it's boogeyman, like baggy man.
It is essentially a boogeyman.
Yeah.
But a boogeyman that does.
He slips out of.
Bag
Yeah,
of
sorry.
holding.
Yeah, he slips out of bag of holding at night. It's an urban legend you've heard. It's about an urban legend about an adventurer who sought to escape doom by abandoning his party and hiding inside of a bag of holding. And when he tried to leave, he became lost amid a constantly increasing number of extra-dimensional storage spaces, bags of holding. And over time, strange forces of the magical in-between places transformed the adventurer into a monstrous creature. And now, the story goes, every night, the bagman slips out from a random bag of holding. He doesn't find his home, he drags someone back into the bag with him and leaves behind some trinket from his hidden kingdom of lost junk. And some say if you speak too loudly over an open bag of holding or whisper, "Follow my voice," into a magical storage space 3 times, the bagman will find you.
I wonder how his part.
Build your
might appear.
vault.
Maybe we can capture him.
Here.
So he hands over the bag of holding. You hand over the 350 gold.
Okay.
Is there anything else you were looking for?
Looking for a winged
Oh,
boot.
winged boots. Winged boots.
Let's see how to people.
Bagman.
Do what?
Don't mess with the Bagman.
Don't mess with the bag,
Yeah,
man.
I think you need a whole team to for that one.
Hey, Mikey,
Yes.
roll percentile dice for me.
Yeah. 94.
94.
Wow.
He's got some.
Oh yay! How much is it?
So wing boots are uncommon.
I thought you were about to say Bagman.
No.
He's looking at for a pair of wing boots because they are a wondrous item. He's looking at 400 gold for them.
Right. Getting it.
Okay.
400, right?
400. Oh dear. Everybody flying. For you.
Instead of removing, I added.
Goodness.
Okay.
Now remember, some of these, I don't think wing boots do, but some items that you're purchasing do require attunement.
Well, attune to it. It does require attune.
It does. Oh, they do. What am I thinking of? I don't know.
I know because I had the for the wing boot.
You already put them on your
Fusion.
list?
Yeah, on my And it could always be something I can give Theo too. I mean, I don't need to. He's a homunculus already.
If you, the way you describe Theo, I don't think your boots would fit him.
True.
Him's a
Oh,
big
then
boy.
if it doesn't, I can always infuse a boot for him.
He puts them on his hands.
Yep, there you go.
He flies like Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy.
Oh my god.
Butt first.
By farting.
Yeah. Alright.
Oh,
Right.
Anything else, Val?
Well, we can talk about the other stuff that's
Oh
related
yeah,
to Theo.
we'll message each other through this week and be prepared for next week with Theo because I finally got in my mind what you imagined with him, and it's not a homunculus. It's in between.
Okay.
And we want to keep your character a good aligned character.
Or at
So,
least neutral.
yeah, but you're skirting evil when you mess with necromancy. We want to keep you that neutral. Bexley. Saw you sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm finding your house.
Stop.
You know it.
That's for your downtime, dang it. Not the in-game downtime. That's for your downtime. What do you? Yeah, what you doing?
Birds.
That was a lot of words.
I would like to first find
Denied. I'm kidding. What are you doing?
first find the
Well, there are temples everywhere. In fact, you know that the Hall of Justice used to be a temple to Tyr. That doesn't help you, though.
doesn't know.
You know
Why?
who Tyr is, but you don't serve
No,
Tyr.
no, I know, but she doesn't know
Why?
why she wants to find the temple area or temple
Mhm.
district, but drawn to it.
You are drawn to it. You're drawn to a certain one,
Mm-hmm.
which
She
you
doesn't know
will
why.
find in the Chasm District.
In the Chasm district. That makes perfect sense.
It is a simple temple. That's not actually even a temple. It's just a small building with an altar. When you enter it, you see a symbol on that altar of two bound hands with red cord.
Is there a priest or
There actually is. Looks to be a human male, older, probably in his late 60s. Gray beard, kneeling before this altar, praying. Elbows, hands clasped, elbows up, head way down. Praying.
She waits to talk to him.
Okay. You're there for a bit. Finally, he stands up, turns around and sees you and goes, "Oh, hello. What can I do for you, child?"
I honestly don't know. I was drawn here.
Why are you here? No.
I was drawn here. I just had this pull that I needed to find this place.
And as I'm speaking, my tattoos start to glow just faintly. And I reach up and kind of like just.
You always had those.
No, I haven't. I died, I think. And when I woke up, I wasn't the same, and I had these.
You're touched.
Is that
Ilmater.
who?
Who do you think? Whose temple do you think you're in? And he just smiles.
All I know is
You're in the temple of the broken god.
that's the name he used.
Yeah. As one of his names.
Why would I be here? Why
Obviously,
would I be
he
drawn
wants
here?
you around for something.
That doesn't make sense. Who does he protect? Who does he look after?
Look outside.
Oh. That's
There's a reason. My name is Dedrick, but
Thank you for
And your
picking a
name?
name I can, pronounce and remember.
my name is Bexley. Bex.
Bexley. In your dream, you said you had. In your death, did you see anyone?
I don't know. I felt a presence, and there was two, but
Who?
one was more presence, and I remember he was referred to as the broken god, and
he just smiles at you. And he looks and he says, "Our martyred father, he's approached you. You must serve him now as well."
is that why?
Yeah.
What am I?
That's between you and he. I don't speak for him. I speak to him for people. And I lead those and aid those who need it in his name.
Can you aid me understand to help me understand?
Yes.
I
The one who endures. The broken God. He is there for... He's our patron of suffering, the oppressed, and the persecuted. He encourages those who have experienced these things to endure. He encourages to help others He encourages us by taking our burdens or taking our place. He's willing to suffer, bearing pain of others to spare them from it.
But I know
And
well.
if he had a way, if there was a way, he would spare the entire world pain and suffering. Seems that you are to be a champion of the broken, servant of our broken God.
I don't think everyone deserves to be saved. I think there are some that deserve to suffer for what they have done.
You could say that, but in doing that, aren't you helping the ones that are suffering?
Is that allowed though, to have these thoughts?
You're new.
I don't know what.
And he just looks and he puts his finger over his lips and says, "Shh. You think too much."
I've worked in information and I don't have information. But you're right.
You'll get it.
You'll help me? You'll help me understand?
Yes. Help those who are suffering. And it seems that the lack of information that you have is causing much suffering in your mind.
And confusion.
Confusion can be a form of suffering.
Would you be able to help me understand what happened to me?
I don't know. I mean, what did happen?
I was fighting with my friends.
We're good?
We were fighting some of the.
You can just say cultists.
That was like
We were fighting the cult of Vecna,
And immediately when you say the name, that smell comes back.
and I was going after one of them, and the next thing I know, I was.
How? The important thing is, you want information, you have it. You have to put the pieces together.
we're having a moment.
Why do you have to do that every time you come by the shop? And he looks and he says, I don't pretend to know anything about you. In fact, we just met. You're holding back something, and I can tell that. Were you struck down?
No.
Did your enemy land a killing blow?
I was trying to siphon its life away.
How? And he gets a real worried look on his face.
And I pull out my rapier, or I think I have like small daggers on me.
Mm-hmm.
I pull one of them out, and I reach back onto my wing, slice my hand open, and put my blood on the dagger, and it emanates like a glow to it.
Hemocraft.
Yes.
Hmm.
I was raised this way.
And he looks at you and he looks at your wings. And he looks back at you and says, well, raised, huh?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, Hemocraft, blood magic. Not to be played with. Not that I say that you are playing with it, but it's very potent. It's actually passed down from another place. It wasn't practiced quite a bit here amongst the Sword Coast. if you play with blood magic, bad things can happen. Had you ever cast that spell before? You obviously cast this one. He gestures back like he's like your wing,
Yes.
but because no ill effects happened here.
No,
But you cast a spell, didn't you?
I did.
That's trying to siphon its life.
I was trying to protect my friends.
Well, understand that. And that's probably why you were approached by Omater.
Sorry.
Stop it. The Broken God. No longer, his name is the Broken God from now on.
Oh my.
I haven't done it yet. I'm proud of myself.
I haven't done it once.
What?
I haven't done it
No,
once.
you haven't. It was
I've been tempted.
Giggle down there.
Yeah, no, it was me just like, my goodness.
Was it the name or the?
No, I was laughing at
Oh, you're laughing at his name.
No, I was laughing at
the
the
train.
train. Just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
my gosh, it just like suddenly stopped.
I fully expected to just park there one day and just the
Yeah.
entire session just lay on the horn. That's when you'll just see the BRB thing or technical difficulties come up, and then reading the headlines that I went to jail the next day.
I've only
Time.
casted it one other time,
Oh,
and I don't know if I did something wrong or. But no, the infusion with my weapon, that I said I've been doing that since I was a child. Oh, forced to do it since I was a child.
Child. There's much to talk about. Let's take this in steps. I think you need to first understand who it is who saved you.
I would like that.
So,
If he is who you say he is.
well, he is. He is. This is your, for lack of a better term, assignment. You can return to me anytime that you so choose and ask any questions. And I will be praying to the Broken God for you. I want you to talk to him. To reach out to him and get to know the Broken God better yourself.
How
do you talk to others?
they just talk to them.
Oh, he says, and he laughs. And he kind of scratches his beard and he's like, it's the same concept.
But I've never prayed.
Yeah. With him, it's more of a discussion.
I think I can handle that.
Good. Now, I am hungry. I'm going to get some dinner. The temple is yours for now. And he turns and walks out.
Thank you, Dedrick.
And I sit down and
Yeah, just start talking. Cool.
then
Make a wisdom check. Ooh. That was your wrist? Elbow?
My elbow.
Ooh. What'd you get? Actually. Oh dear.
It's okay.
What was your phone?
Yeah. It sounded like a 20-pound block.
actually do a what?
What'd you roll?
13.
13. It's a foreign concept to you. You do get some comfort to it, but unfortunately you don't get any answers right now. but you feel like over time this could be easier. It'd get easier. And people walk in and out, making offerings to the broken God, making offerings to Elmater and prayer. They don't really, other than a nod or a polite nod, they don't acknowledge you because you're here. Obviously for a reason. But time passes and you feel that this could get easier over time. And it's not necessarily a bad thing.
I leave an offering of 500 gold.
Oh, geez, okay. I will say this. Because of you would know to hide that very well. And maybe...
I leave an IOU.
Inform, Dedrick that you have left that there.
And then I leave, and over time, I do want to seek out Eldrin.
Okay, Eldon?
Eldon.
Eldon?
Eldon. Yep, Eldon.
Okay. What do you have for Eldon?
To find out about the other presence.
The other presence?
When I was...
Oh, the one that brought you back?
Well, because you said that there was two. That it was Demir and they both were involved.
Oh, he was involved. Yeah. Let me do this real quick. Sorry, I looked at my dice and they all blended into one. He is occupado right now.
Yeah.
With Lord Neverember. He is currently not under the employ, but he is helping Umberto and Lord Neverember help trying to figure out what this cult of Vecna was. And once again, once you hear the word Vecna, that sour, acidic smell comes back in your nose. You can't shake it, and it gives you chills.
Voldemort ain't got nothing.
Voldemort, it's a wuss compared to Vecna. Yeah, I said it here. Anything else with that? But he promises, you get word that he promises to catch up with you soon.
And then no, he just rolled trip zeros.
That was bad thing yesterday when we played Call of Cthulhu.
And the last thing is kind of find out where the best place to trade information, or the bounty hunter guild, or
the docks.
So kind of start building up connections and a network there.
Cool. That will come over time.
He at least wants to.
That would be definitely the dock district, with the docks. We're conveniently located near the beach Leviathan.
And check in with what's his name?
Which kid?
At the beach Leviathan that.
Promise to pay him money?
It's the kid that...
His price is quadrupled, by the way.
Markle?
Do what?
Markle?
What about Markle? Talk to me. Marco Polo?
No, he says he's always listening around the bar in town.
Oh. He gives you information that you already know about. that about the cult, about the 4 kidnapped people being rescued. There's nothing really interesting happening right now.
If I just touch base and
Yeah,
say, hey, keep me.
nothing gold worthy right now, and he understands that.
Okay.
Begrudgingly, but he understands that. Because it was your adventure he has gossip about.
Oh, tell me more. Okay.
He's like, actually, I heard there were 14 of them and they all got... And you're like, no.
It was 29 and I took him out with my pinky.
No, he's talking about 14 of you all taken out, yeah.
Which I'm all, like, older.
Way cooler than that, man. One guy turns into a half-faced dragon demon death thing.
I think besides that, just usual.
Just palling around?
Yeah.
Okay. Wetsy Poo. What's going on?
Well, I would go to
Sorry, never mind.
the magic shop as well. Want to look for some
To the
ritual
magic
scrolls.
shop. What?
Want to look for some ritual scrolls.
Okay, what kind of scrolls are you looking for, my friend?
I don't. I mean, is this a pretty much whatever I want kind of situation? Or
If he
do you
doesn't
roll
have
for
it, I'll roll to see if he has it, and if not, he can make it for you.
Okay. Looking for Tensor's floating disc.
Okay.
And Leomund's tiny hut.
Okay. I actually remember all of that. That's amazing, isn't it?
Kept the list small.
Tensor's floating disc. You know the level of that spell?
He's level 1.
Level 1, that's what I thought. He does have that. He's going to actually, for a level 1 spell, cost is going to be 30 gold.
Anthem's 3rd level.
3rd level, that's going to be 550. Leomund's tiny hut.
I think it's.
I think it is a 3rd level as well. Yeah, so another 550.
And since I currently don't have any, I'm going to need some quills and spell scribing.
Absolutely. He does have all that here. What? Sorry. So, you're going to need some high quality parchment, some high quality ink, and special quills. So with that, those are going to come to I've got to get a book with all my stuff.
Like a little cost compendium.
Well, not even that. I rely too much on digital.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to just go, I have it all, but I'm like bouncing around too much. So
I wouldn't mind making a 3-ring binder with a whole bunch of.
That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do, because yeah. Yeah, they're going to be, let me double check to make sure I'm charging this right. To scribe into a spell book, the ink that you're looking is going to be...
I'm just looking to make scroll.
Or not spell book, I mean to scribe a spell scroll.
Yeah.
Same ink, basically. Is what level are you looking? Because there are certain gems and stuff like that infused into the ink.
Give me the what's the cost of us? 3rd, 2nd, and 1st.
3rd is going to be, 1st level is going to be 10 gold for the ink. 2nd level is going to be 20 gold for the ink. 3rd level is going to be 30 gold. So 10 gold a level. So you're looking at 60 gold for the ink for all 3 spells. The parchment and the quills are going to be 5 gold pieces for a stack of parchment about that big.
Okay.
looking at 30 sheets, roughly.
And now the ink, am I going to have to pay that each time for each?
It depends on how many spell scrolls you write.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the ink bottles are ink, smaller bottles of ink.
Yeah.
So you're going to get probably a couple of spell scrolls out of them, depending on how big, how much you have to write and draw and things like that.
Okay.
So the higher the level of the spell, the more ink is consumed. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So the first level will go quite a bit. The second one, not as much. Third, and so on. So we're going to figure that out as you write the spell scroll.
Gotcha.
It should last you a good while. You shouldn't have to worry, especially with lower level spells.
Also happen to have any scroll?
Web.
Now, does the scroll use my spellcasting modifier, or is it the baseline?
If it's not yours, it is a baseline.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Then, how about a wand of web instead?
I accidentally changed the scene by moving my stream deck.
Oh no.
Wand
I saw that just come up here.
Yeah. I rolled for the spell scroll of web, and I lost my 10s die. The what? You're the first person to ever ask me for that. I like it.
It's not my favorite DC using the scroll, but
Yeah.
wand will be better in the end.
Because it has 7 charges.
And they do recharge.
They do 1d6 plus 1 daily at dawn.
Yep.
And if you spend the last charge, you roll a d20 on a natural 1. It crumbles into ashes and is destroyed. With that being said, a uncommon wondrous item. Uncommon items are goodness gracious, really? 300 gold.
Okay.
It's to blow the dust off of it and hands it to you. Nobody's really asked me for one of these. You see the frown go a little up. Like, I'm glad I'm selling this. This is actually a pretty cool item. And he's like, again. But it is a wand. It's a black wand, and at the top it does spiral into. There's a spider on top of it and a purple gem.
Oh, nice. Like the purple gem. So with the rituals, the ink for scribing, the paper, the
65.
wand, $14.95.
Yes.
For all that.
If you're buying it all together, you'll take 14.
Okay. All right. Very much.
Of course.
Happy to do business with. Any other items that are just collecting dust on your shelf you're trying to move?
He just looks around. There's all kinds of stuff everywhere. He's like, I sell quite a bit, but that is an item that I haven't had they haven't moved at all.
Well,
Depending on what you want.
happy to take
Wonderful.
Now, if you would be so kind, to excuse me, I'm going to pop off and make my way about town.
He pulls his goggles down and goes back to the purple fire in the brazier.
I like that fire. It's cool fire.
He's making something in there.
No, but it's a snapshot. Save that for later.
In the old mental photograph.
Don't have keen mind, so I'm gonna forget it in a week.
You walk into a shop and go, oh yeah, I remember that.
Now, I guess I would like to try to make contact with the local Emerald Grove.
Sure.
If I don't already know where, I guess the closest Druid Grove would be outside of town. Then I'd like to, go to either the Temple of Ialiki or Sylvanas, I guess. Could either be the two that would have contacts.
Roll me a. Just roll me a low-level history check.
Oh no. The history. 12.
12. You've heard rumors, you don't know for sure, that there is the Neverwinter Wood out of Neverwinter.
Just north?
Yep. Would probably
I've
be the
passed
best
through
place.
it before.
Yes, you have. And
Okay.
there is. Unfortunately, you didn't really. I don't. Did we say that you contacted anybody in there?
No, we did not.
But that is something that is a place that you might be able to find a druid circle.
Okay.
Yeah, the closest one.
So I could go up there towards
and just chill
Mount
out.
now and in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'd like to just let my mates
Okay.
still have our telepathy up, or sending our
Sending
earphones,
stones, sending
our,
earrings. Yeah.
earpieces to the almighty hacker in the sky. Yeah, I guess I'll head
You
out.
are a member of the Emerald Enclave, correct?
Yes. I am the lowest level, but I wish to inform them of some things happening in Neverwinter, and
In your little booklet that he gave you,
yeah,
you know, in Neverwinter Wood, there's the Emerald Tavern.
Tavern.
Yes, a meeting place for members of the Emerald Enclave.
Ooh, so it's like a secret speakeasy in the
Yes.
woods. I
Yes.
definitely want to go. Before I go,
Yeah.
is there any fine dwarven ale?
Oh gosh, all over the place. Yeah.
I mean, but something that if I were going to bring to some discerning clientele.
At the Beach Leviathan, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll get a small.
Small cask is going to cost you. Yeah, it's going to cost you that.
Marking it down. That.
A small cask of ale, but if it's fine ale, you're looking at 2 silver pieces a gallon. Cask is how many gallons? Say 2 gallons.
Good question.
How many?
Depends on who the Cooper is, I guess.
Yeah, true. A standard cask holds approximately 53 gallons.
Dang.
If you want one that you're able to be carried,
Yeah,
you know,
bag holding.
it would be a quarter cask. So, $13 gallons. So you're looking at 13, 35 gold.
All right.
Or the best dwarven ale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was not made nearby.
correct. This is imported.
Okay.
Yeah, this is import. This isn't domestic beer you're getting. This is
Finest
imported.
delicacies of the Del Zoo, I see.
Correct. Yes. If you want the really rough stuff,
Gutbuster?
you're gonna, yeah. If you want the Gutbuster stuff, you're going to ask for the
Blackout Special?
well, this is, they can name it that, but this is the Duragar ale.
Oh, God. That's some rough
That's
and
in a
tumble
secret
right there.
room in the back.
Oh, no. No. I'll hold out for the Gutbuster later on.
Okay.
Um,
You can also get a pin that's 4.5 gallons, or a firkin, which is 9 gallons, but the quarter cask is probably the best. So it could be.
was fun.
You can put it in your bag of holding. You'd have to open it wide, but it can fit.
Right on.
I treat bags of holding like hammer spade. You know, you can pull a little tiny thing out and they're
Yeah.
a little opening, but you can pull a phone booth out of it.
While I'm at the Beach to Leviathan area in the docks near my house, I'm gonna go in and decorate the door to my house with some craft
Okay.
Just
Pretty.
small
I like it.
symbols and stuff that let other druids know.
So this was in the first week of you being there. They're
Yeah.
still preparing your home,
Oh, that's fine.
but they watch you decorate the outside, and they're like, "Oh,
Just for the front door, mostly.
Yeah.
You know.
love it.
To druids, it's a sign that says, "Cool spot, come hang out."
Come hang out, sit
Uh,
down, have a glass, you know."
Or just use it while
Or,
I'm not here.
while you're not there. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you just leave your doors unlocked?
Yeah. Well, for druids, it's
Yeah.
there's nothing in there.
There's nothing in there.
If
But
I come back and find squatters, then I just have a random encounter table.
16 Nothics, and you know, somehow they got into Neverwinter.
Well.
Came up through the sewers.
Looks like a bunch
We
of
know
spell
what you did
components
to
to me.
We know what you did with our cousins.
Yeah, I have a collection. Welcome to it. Yeah, and I'll head out towards the Neverwood.
Perfect.
For the,
We can do that. You want to do that now, or you want to do that later? Is it a secretive thing?
No, not
Okay.
necessarily. I'm legitimately seeking a conference with fellow druids. I
Okay.
have a conundrum.
All
I
right.
need to commune with nature in ways that I.
Roll a nature check.
Okay, let's have some.
Oh,
Natural 20.
natural
Nice.
20 plus what?
6.
So you know, you were able to find, after several days of traveling through the Neverwinter Wood, pass by the Emerald Tavern. You check in with them.
Yeah.
You just give them an update of what's going on.
Yeah, and I want to let them know about the place dock section.
Perfect.
Yeah.
They're like, you opened a new branch.
Branch is a generous term for it. More of a sapling, but
Okay.
yeah.
Is it okay to send people there?
Oh yeah, it's definitely okay.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
send some people there to see what they can do to. They're like, this gets low level, dude. He's like really trying to make his way up. Through that, they are able to actually aid you in finding the Ring of Swords.
The Ring of Swords.
Yes, it is a circle of druids, and from them you find out they work to drive out hobgoblins, gnolls, and bugbears from the woods.
Okay.
And they are there to protect the woods. So the Ring of Swords has changed over time, the lineup, but they are still active. As far as that goes, they also tell you that there are hobgoblins, gnolls, and bugbears in the Neverwinter Woods, but less than. You know, they are. They are least likely. They're less likely to attack or raid now because of it. They also protect ancient sites from treasure seekers. They're just there to pillage. You're also warned that in the late 15th century, which is when you're in now, within the past 100 years or so, the Neverwinter Wood became the hunting ground of a green dragon named Deathsleep.
Death what?
Sleep.
Death Sleep.
Yes.
Oh.
One word, Deathsleep. You are welcomed into the Ring of Swords. With caution, because they don't know you.
Yeah.
And they don't really give out names. They just look at you, and most of them are elves. And they, what seems to be the leader, she stands up and says, "How can the Ring of Swords aid you in your way?"
I'm sure you're near mighty mountain.
Yeah.
There.
She just kind of points to the north.
I've had luck communing Era the Primordial.
Hmm.
And
They're taking you a little more seriously now.
I've been finding it harder to connect with everything else. There's something intrinsically about the Primordials. And I wonder if any of you have any insight, any circles that commune. Or if you would be willing to help me commune.
Ooh, that's a hard ask for them, and you can kind of see it because they feel that they have their job here.
Yeah.
Roll me a. That was a really good way to phrase your question. So roll me a persuasion check. See if they're going to help you.
Persuasion.
Yeah, I know, buddy. I'm sorry, but it's not like you need a natural 20 to pass. Yeah, it's not, because you made a good argument there.
I guess, like, out of character, would we have communicated what you guys were doing down in the chasm? So during my coming to them and telling them, I'll tell them of what we did in the Never Dead graveyard, our journey to the Shadowfell,
Okay.
and how my companions are seeking to alleviate the suffering around the chasm.
Sure.
And let them know that they can use the house to get there and help or provide any assistance they would want. And with a 19 persuasion, thank you, +1. Oh, beautiful, +1.
19 persuasion. If you have the time over the next 10 days, they have some people that will help you be more attuned to the chaotic side of nature. Does that sound like more what you were seeking?
Yes.
That is going to come through some roles that will make some, because it's going to take an expanded amount.
And if my friends at Gauntlgrim like the ale I bring, maybe they'll let me bring in some druid observers.
Sure.
To help.
I'm making a
Would they
note.
see that as enslaving a primordial? Huh. That's a good question.
Yeah, that's going to be kind of discussed with you.
But Kira's happy for the most part.
Yeah. As far as that goes, was there anything else you would like to do?
No, just set up time with.
Oh, you'll
10
have
days.
time. Yeah.
And I
it's
guess
going to take part of your day, and then you'll have downtime to get to know them. And
so. We're waiting for the 10 days for the other group of kids who could help me with that.
well, no, they're going to help you, and it's going to take 10 days. Is what they're saying.
I didn't know.
You're
if it
going to
was
live
like,
with them for 10 days.
Oh, okay, cool. Then
Yeah.
for the 10 days, getting to know them, helping them out any way they can.
Perfect.
Maybe we go hunt down some bugbears together.
That's what they
bonding.
want to hear.
Yeah.
You don't have to roll for anything now, because that's exactly what they wanted to hear.
Shit. +10 persuasion right away.
Ow, that hurt.
Wow.
But no, over the next 10 days, and that's going to be another thing like with Theo,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about.
Sounds good.
Okay? I know we had one more thing that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
What was that?
As far as finally figuring out what I want, that magic shop.
Mm-hmm.
Figuring of Wondrous Power.
Nice.
Figurine of Wondrous Power. That's a rare item. Preferably an obsidian steel.
You don't want to go for the gold.
He can make one for you.
Okay.
Making that. Yeah, that's it's a rare item. I have so many tabs open with all my notes. This is ridiculous, Ronnie. Yeah, You're going to be looking at about 3,500 gold pieces.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Because he
I got
does look like he's in
pop-ups,
physical pain
yeah.
right now.
I can still survive with what I have left without dipping in the party fund.
Oh, easy.
Have y'all discussed about dipping into party funds when you need it? Personal.
No, but I'm the one managing it,
It's
so
true.
I need to fudge numbers.
Um, so with your all stuff, I'm sorry. What level spell is it? Oh no, I mean that's a rare item.
Yeah.
It's going to take the entire month, roughly.
Okay.
Well, 3 weeks.
Probably don't go think that would have been transportation.
Correct. You can also.
Oh, the broom.
Yeah. Okay, just like that, huh? Okay.
And that's how we started Kiki's delivery service.
And
All right.
I will say
No,
that
my mentality is if you're not coming back from it, I mean, we've saved each other's life enough times at this point that we kind of know. Like, you'll either come back with it or you'll
I'll
die.
come after you.
No, I mean,
if I
like,
don't
not as
come
much.
back, it's probably because I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spending the first couple days, he will his mom
Okay.
and let her know that he has a new house
She is elated.
and
How
it
can
is
you
large
afford
enough
this?
that he can move her shop.
Perfect. She's elated. She is
You've won best son
wondering,
of the
but
year.
not asking questions of how you can afford this. Asking, are you taking care of yourself? Are you taking care of? Okay, that's you know what she's referring to. Yeah.
The answer to both is yes.
Okay. Perfect.
And then with the broom, make this trip a lot faster.
Yeah.
He will go pay his.
Okay. And that is something that you want to keep private.
The identity, definitely.
Yes.
But the
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Private. Okay. Then we can do that on down our off stream or off session as well. But I will say this: the broom takes you there. You are well fed and given food from your mother because that's what they do. You know exactly where to find your patron. And just because it's me, I'm going to say, when you approach your patron, you are only greeted from the shadows by two fiery eyes.
He adopts the necessary demeanor who he is meeting.
And that is appreciated. I will say not appreciated, but expected.
He knows where he stands.
Yeah. If not, you know what would happen as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We will fill in gaps that we have to talk about. Throughout the week before we meet again. But there is one other thing that you all, your houses are done after the first week or, before the week is up. You're able to move in. Each of you are getting comfortable in your new homes, but you obviously are
I'm sleeping on rocks.
wandering. Yeah, you're able to return before before the month is up. Where do you spend? You go back to your house that is yours,
I mean,
and just you use that as a way station, kind of.
I mean,
like Neverwinter.
if there's stuff to do outside of town, like
Mhm.
for the Emerald Grove, then I'd probably be doing that.
Okay.
It wouldn't be much of a ride out of town for me. Phantom Speed or
The idea of downtime is appealing right now because you all have been through a lot.
yeah.
You do get each of you, whether it's shared by one, but mostly they kind of, because you control the funds, you are reported to from Phandalin. Things are going well. They're seeing steady business. It will be more of an uptick in the winter months. because people will need, can't really sleep outside during the winter. You can, but there are things that cannot be explained at this point. Anytime you all speak of Vecna or speak that name or someone else speaks it, that smell comes over you. And it's strong. It doesn't get stronger as you go along, but it is very strong every time it happens. And it happens annoyingly every time his name is mentioned.
Is that like if I'm over in the woods and one of them says
You have to hear it.
Oh, okay. I was about to be like, do I just randomly get like
Anytime you hear, yeah. I can imagine you like doing your whole thing with the druids and going, oh god. And they're like, what?
We have to hear the name.
You have to hear the name.
Okay. Not like anybody in the group saying it wherever they are. And they just smell it.
Right.
At least we don't have to roll a D100 every time.
Yet. With your respective wherever you are, whether you're together, at the end of, we'll say, in the middle of, towards the end of the fourth week that you all have kind of settled into Neverwinter and are wondering where your next job is, because you're very wealthy, but what do you do from here? Where do you go as a group? Do you stay together? Do you live separate lives? Those are questions that can come up. And how often do you all think you have dinner together, or eat lunch, go out drinking, things like that? You don't really need to take the small jobs anymore because you're set. Is that something you all think you would still meet together?
Yeah.
I think it would be a mixture.
Especially if I'll realize that every time
That smell? Mm-hmm.
I mean, I also think by now, friendships are bond.
Oh yeah, that too.
Bring it!
Then I'm going to say this.
We still have to lie.
You all have decided to meet together one night, just have a few drinks, trade stories, try to figure out what this lasting effect of fighting this cult is. Why? Just because is it some sort of, not to overuse this word, but is it some sort of trauma from the experience that you had fighting the cult of Vecna? Why does this happen to all of us? Why is this a shared thing? Why did we all have the same dream when we were shunted to the Shadowfell? You all have information about one another or about your own lives that you wish to share or keep secret. But as you're drinking and having fun and talking and reminiscing, or not reminiscing, but just being together in the Beached Leviathan, which is pretty much kind of like your all's place now. You are well known there. You've spent a lot of gold there for having rented rooms, and you're known there anyway. Yeah. During this get together you're having, each of you are raising a glass of wine or a cup of ale, or a mug of ale, and talking to one another, when suddenly, within a blink of an eye, you are shunted out of existence into Beached Leviathan. And you appear in a parlor, and you see plush antique furniture that includes sofas and footstools, and all this is arranged in this room. And it's a beautiful room, and to the north is a grand staircase. To the south behind you is a garden of ferns and flowering plants, and they're all growing around a raised marble dais. And at the top of this staircase, you see three figures. You see a man, no hair, human man, with a I guess you would say a beard, a goatee. You see
Walter White.
You see Walter White, basically. You see a woman standing next to him, a human woman, in purple robes, dress, really, with a cloak, not robes, and for the lack of a better term, a witch's hat, large pointy hat. And then you see another beautiful elven woman standing there in aqua-colored robes with gold trim and a gold vest, holding a staff with a unicorn's head on it. Not a real unicorn, but with carved into a unicorn's head. Because that would be bad if she killed a unicorn. But it's carved into the shape of a unicorn, and through its nose is a ring with a jewel on the end of it. And they all stop and they look at one another, and they look at you all, and they look back to one another, and they are confused as all get out. More so than you, it seems. Just appearing. The glasses and cups that you held in your hand are no longer there, and you're standing in this gorgeous place. And finally, you hear the man in the middle stand and speak up and say, "Who in the 9 hells are you all?" And that's what we'll pick up next week.
Are we still drunk?
What is it?
Did we get drunk before getting
We'll find out next week.
We were drinking, right?
Yeah. But you just started.
Oh, you just started. I thought we were already drinking in the middle of a toast.
So with that, we're going to end our session. We thank you for watching. If you're watching, thank you for the new follows and stuff that we got tonight, new friends. Thank you, Multiverse, for letting us stream here. You guys are awesome. If you haven't heard us say it before, Multiverse is really a one-stop shop for games and stuff. Magic the Gathering, D&D, role-playing games, all kinds of stuff here in Burlington, North Carolina. The best shop in the area. Come check them out if you're here around or if you're visiting. But yeah, we will see you next time, and we thank you once again, and have a wonderful night. Bye.
Bye.